It rests on a small YouTube channel, hosted by the wickedest lords of hell. Here is the first internet clip show to offer to the daring a look into the final maddening space between life and death. A case of the Mondays. To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It is only a live stream. Only a live stream. Only a live stream. Videos and songs far beyond anything you've tested. A case of the Mondays.
Stop you hammering, I'm on in the mall. Cause every day's the anniversary of the year before. And if it's a day gone by, then it's 365. Random tangents, that's like a tree. Diverse inevitability. And if it's a day gone by, then it's 365. I sit band over the bed. I can't believe it's Monday again. Part of the problem is the passage of time. Part of the problem is what goes with salt and lime. Part of the problem is the answer is a cure. And a big part of that is the thing that keeps me poor. Sunset's columns support a feeling like cozy to drowning man's frozen ceiling. And if it's a day gone by, then it's 365. 365. That's right. Problem is the passage of time. Part of the problem is what goes with salt and lime. Part of the problem is the answer is a cure. And a big part of that is the thing that keeps me poor. Sunset's columns support a feeling like holes in a drowning man's frozen ceiling. And if it's a day gone by, then it's 365. If it's a day gone by, then it's 365. If it's a day, if it's a day, if it's a day gone by, 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 if it's a day gone by. It's a day gone by. It's 365.
All right, everybody, welcome to Case of the Mondays. I'm your host, Gene Skinner. Hoping you're all having a good Monday, whatever time it is, whenever you are. You know what fucking place. You could even be on the moon for all I give a shit. But let's get right into the stream, shall we? Here we go. Roll on the edge. Here we go. Up. Oh. Also stop. Don't click it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, sir, but you paid for an hour, so we're going to have to hurry this along. Whoa, okay.
Damn. Alright, Strong, you set this in. The anti-woke dog. This is our attempt. There he is, the anti-woke dog. Oh, that's a shame. I just looked over the chat to see that. Sorry, man. know that
There's
before.
a trans genocide going on, and you're dancing?
Yeah, he's dancing.
How can you rest when so many people don't have basic rights, like the ability to exist and be comfortable in their own skin?
Yep, that's right.
This
Play
is
the music
violent.
louder.
This is fascist coded.
That's right. Dog just wanted a normal deal. Dog just wanted to dance.
Silence is violent. Are you listening to me?
No.
Why do you hate black people?
Can't hear you with the music, dog. Yeah, hell yeah, another dog.
Become a member at freedomtunes.com for exclusive cartoons.
I know he said become, but it sounded like he said kill a member of Freedom Tunes. Alright, turn Master Rock says.
Squirt of lemon. And for the final ingredient of my potion of immortality.
Oh no!
Get in the pot, you little shit.
Wow.
Get your witch-ass hands off that little girl.
Wow.
Too slow.
How dare you intrude on my ritual? Wait, how did you get past our scrying eye? What the hell am I looking at? Where'd you hide it?
When the
Nothing
hag's
but-
scrying eye is destroyed, they become temporarily blinded.
Ha! And you chose to hide it in a stupid dark cave? Moron! You
Nothing
should have
but-
destroyed it when you had the
Yeah.
son of a bitch! Lightning bolt! What?
A hag coven can only manifest their most powerful magical spells if all three sisters remain alive.
Oh.
Oh, what did you do to my sisters?
Oh god.
Oh, God! No! I was so close! If only I'd put a lock of the little girl's hair in the cauldron, my potion of immortality would have been complete and I would have been unstoppable!
No. Well, he does it anyways.
It's okay. You're safe now.
You're safe now.
What? Why
What?
would you?
Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh god.
Consume
Good
the
job.
elixir.
You shouldn't do that.
You fool! Now I can never die!
Uh-oh. Oh god, yeah.
I like my playthings extra durable.
Oh no.
Wait, what's
Made
that
a
on your
mistake.
back?
Run, bitch, run.
Shit.
Oh
Word
god.
of lemon?
Squeeze of lemon. Jeez, he's so brutal. Anyways. Strong from this one. It's Divorced Dad.
They call me the Terminator, because no matter how many times I get kicked out of the YMCA, I'll be back. I'm the Michael Jordan of playing basketball. You got hoop dreams? I'll make them hoop nightmares. Women, children, doesn't matter. I'm calling fouls on everyone.
Alright. Ramen, you send this in. Claymation. It's coming. Your discretion is advised.
I'm scared if I don't make a change now,
Oh god.
it's gonna be too late.
It's gonna be too late.
Somewhere in me is this
Oh.
little glimmer of hope. I just want to be a normal person.
Oh god. Oh no, he's actually about adrenochrome.
My lad.
My leg.
I refuse to stop fighting.
Clown around.
I have to do this
I have to.
for my posse.
My policy. Is that a dog eating? Or, no, it's a pig. That's a pig, like eating a cake. Betty's story. Here we go.
Sometimes
Whoops, I didn't mean
They
that.
call me the
Sorry about that. That's my bad. Let's go back.
you look down
Nope. I'll get it. Sorry, chat. That's my bad.
for my posse.
My policy, which is a
Right
pig.
there in front of you.
I'm Almost there. There we go. Just go here. Sorry about that. My bad. I accidentally hit the mouse.
Sometimes you just can't control.
The dog.
And the choices you make are right there in front of you.
Yeah.
But if you look above,
And below.
there is the sky.
And there is the devil.
And then, if you look down below, the choices are underground.
Because they're mole people.
And your enemies are dogs.
No, they're the mole people.
Trying to beat you to your choices in their system of underground tunnels.
Oh, because they're all wiener
Along
dogs,
the
yeah.
way, in the hard places,
The hardest of
are
places.
what determine your future above all else.
Especially
But
the
now
underground
is the
future.
time to strike the ground,
Sasha was like just
for
in here. Now she's
gold.
gone. I don't know what the hell she went.
or silver.
Or silver.
Sometimes the choice is not yours.
Gold. Sometimes
but
it
God's.
is your diarrhea.
Jesus says,
Jesus is.
and the dogs.
And the dogs are the deciding factor.
The only
yes.
thing more difficult than fighting for your own life
is fighting for the
is
dogs.
fighting off the dogs,
I knew it.
who are my enemies.
Who want to eat me because I
Digging
am a
in the
pig
ground.
woman. And making holes because they're wiener dogs, and wiener dogs do that. They're designed to get weasels because they're
Every
armies.
day is a struggle and is gross.
I did.
I
Professor
wake
Bob. We'll have
up
it in the
and
cooking
all I
area.
can think about is my lymphedema
My what?
and my next meal.
The Fedema?
I need help with most things these days. I am so fortunate to have my son Skeeter and my boyfriend Fido
Yeah, is he
and
thinking of
his
shit?
wiener dog Gerald. It has been a true and honest blessing from God.
Dude.
I need help to move around and to complete my daily routines.
Get a hose.
Fido helps me with most things,
Fido.
like my bathing and looking after Skeeter.
Skeeter, I think, is
I
dead.
have always needed a little help my whole life
God.
due to the fact that I was born big. It is a genetic anomaly.
Anomaly. Yeah, there's nothing else.
Consequently, my parents fed me often. Food
much.
and sitting still have always been my greatest joys and companions.
Why?
My childhood and teenage years were hard.
It was a buffet.
I had
Every day I
Skeeter
ate
at a young age. His father is no longer in the picture,
No
but
longer
when
alive
I
'cause
met
I ate him.
Fido, he immediately stepped up for Skeeter.
Who's that?
What was that?
Oh shit, there it is.
Oh, dude, he's...
Fido and I met in an online internet group.
Oh, God.
Ever since then,
Facebook.
he has been my rock, and
Let
my
me get the
soldier,
hose.
and my EMT.
And my EMT.
Damn, yeah, Betty, my girl, I would do anything for her. It were hard for me to step up for Skeeter because I'm already been a father figure to Gerald, and he's a fucking wiener dog, but he's a good boy,
I thought
though.
the dog was
I
about
may
to
not be
eat him.
Skeeter's biological father or Gerald's, but they are like brothers now.
They're
and
dead.
damn, I would do anything for my girl Betty. She's my queen.
Yeah, true.
Man, Skeeter, you cute as hell. Get over here.
Skeeter,
He's dead.
Skeeter, get on over here!
Man, Skeeter's a fucking baby, but he passed though.
After
Fast as
I
fuck.
have my bathing, I am so exhausted. So I need to have something to restore my energy levels. Skeeter, get Mama her suckies.
Don't worry, baby girl, I got you.
All I have to look forward to is my meals.
Diabetes.
That's good. Gerald, no. Gerald, get down. Gerald, stop that.
And he
Suckies
ate
are
my
not for
rolls.
dogs. And also shopping for my meals.
Gerald, we heading out now. You know what to do. I know it's hard for you, Gerald, but you grown now. You got responsibilities and shit. And Skeeter's still a fucking baby. So you gotta be the grown man while we out. That's part of life and growing up and shit. You feel me, Gerald?
Feel me, dog? Literally,
Meals
dog?
is my only escape from the relentless, suffocating grip of this here mortal coil.
I was gonna say the suffocating grip
Shopping
of
with
what?
Fido is the only
The
thing
grip of
that
like
gets
heart
me
disease,
out
right?
of the
Of like
house.
a massive coronary
I
heart attack.
love to be surrounded by the food, and it is mostly the only
All the
quality
food.
time Fido and I get to spend together without having to worry about Skeeter and Gerald.
Or now both dead.
Honey, can you make those cherry cobra burgers for us tonight?
Shit, girl, you know that's my favorite. That's my specialty.
Cherry
Alright, we need a
Cobra
tube of
burgers.
meat, cardinal cherries, bacon, peanut butter.
got a
Fido
lollipop
has
stuck in
made
her
certain
ass.
accommodations in our home so that I may retain some of my independence. Fido, bring me my bedpan over here, Fido! Fido,
bedpan.
hurry, please!
Don't worry, baby girl, I got you.
But for the most part,
She's
I
cooking.
find that
I
I
didn't think
do
that's what you
still
meant by
heavily
bedpan.
rely on Fido and Skeeter and Gerald. I realized I needed to change my ways when I saw that the next annual Clown Hoedown has a no bed policy. Due to an unfortunate event that happened last year that was a mistake done by someone on accident.
You did.
So I have made an appointment with Dr. Later, who I know has helped people like me who were
Whoop, whoop.
born big. Me, Fido, Skeeter, and Gerald will be making the journey to his clinic in Texas. It will be a long and arduous journey, but if I want an equality of life for the rest of my life, then it is something I must do. Fido, you know things
It
are
wouldn't
gonna
really be
change,
funny.
and they are gonna change fast, so we gotta be ready for that.
Girl, you know I'm adjustable. I would do anything for you. Shit.
Yeah.
This journey at the size that I am, that I was born, is unbearable. A family tub of the sticky chicky chunks and 3 little chickies.
A family tub.
I know that I shouldn't be eating like this, but at this treacherous time, I need to
It's
listen
so
to what
treacherous.
my body is telling me it needs.
I can
And
survive the surgery.
sometimes that is not what the doctor ordered. But I must do it so that I may see this odyssey through to the end.
It's an odyssey, alright.
I am so relieved to have arrived after 13 days of car traveling.
Hello.
I'm to suck out all that fat
Ready for you now.
and stretch your skin. Maybe we'll also staple your stomach. Sure you won't look like a freak afterwards. 120 pounds.
Hello. Nice to meet you. How you all doing?
Nice to meet you.
Good, Dr. Later. How about you?
Very well, thank you. So, where are y'all coming from?
We came here from Wyoming.
Oh, I see. So,
Oh, they're
why
from
did it
Wyoming.
take you so long to get here?
Wow, it all takes full
I
circle.
don't know.
So, it seems
13
you
days from
weigh
Wyoming to Texas. That should not know it should be a lot shorter than that. What the
Yes,
fuck?
Dr. Later. That is the weight that was on the scale when I was put
Okay, so who
upon.
is your enabler?
I would say that usually Fido enables me to have the things that I want to have and the things that I like.
Damn, girl,
That's
you
right.
know I enable you.
Okay, so what kind of food you eating?
Usually the things that I want to have and the things that I like.
Damn, girl, you know I get you what you want.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on this diet plan. It is high protein, low carb, 1200 calories a day. And I'm going to give it you an exercise plan too. If you stick to the program, You should be losing on average 30 pounds or more every month. So your goal weight for your next appointment should be in the 700s.
That's not my goal weight.
What?
Dr. Later was not as smart as I thought he was.
I look forward to seeing your progress at your next appointment, and please call us if you need anything.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Later. I understand what Dr. Later is telling me, but I also know that sometimes my body will make specific requests. It is important for me to listen to it. And nobody knows my body better than me, and that is something that Dr. Later is gonna have to come to terms with.
1 month later, he's gonna be fatter.
I don't want to talk to Dr. Later because he knows I missed the appointment.
Don't worry, baby girl, I got you. Hello, this Betty.
No, it isn't.
Girl, I think he's suspicious.
Skeeter fell down.
Damn, Skeeter, I got you. Here, girl, take the phone.
Hello, Dr. Later.
Hello, Betty. So, would you care to explain to me what is going on? Why have you missed your appointment?
Well, Dr. Later, I was starting on the diet that you gave to me, and it turned out that it was wrong, and that my body then, because of the diet, had gone into what is called starvation mode.
Starvation mode.
Which means that I weren't getting enough food into my stomach to then fully become
Betty.
skinny enough.
Betty, I know what I did, and I know it is not real.
I also know that I am currently in possession of what is called excess water weight due to the
Excess
fact
water
that I
weight.
had just had a bath.
I am really disappointed that Betty did not show up to her appointment and is making ridiculous excuses. But I am going to give her one final chance to make the changes she needs to make to save her life. Betty, I am not going to play your games anymore, but I am going to give you another chance.
Dr. Later, please don't kick me off the program.
Girl, give me that phone. Dr. Later, you know my girl diligent as hell. She would do whatever it
Diligent
takes
as
to get
hell.
that stomach removed.
No, that was never the plan. That is not what gastric bypass surgery is.
Damn, for real, I gotta tell Betty.
Okay, Betty. I am scheduling another appointment for you in 1 month with the same weight loss goal. I look forward to seeing your progress. Please call
Pretty
us
much,
if you
Robin.
need anything.
I think that if I can just hold off Dr. Later for just a little longer, that he will cave and give me my stomach surgery. Thank you, Dr. Later.
1 month later.
Betty, I am really pleased you have made it to your appointment this time, but you still haven't lost any weight. Can you explain to me what is going on?
Dr. Later, I've been following the diet what you gave me, and I
gave
have
me.
been listening to my body telling me what it needs.
Well, Betty, I can't placate your delusions anymore. You say you are following the diet, but the scale did not lie. You need to be following only the program that I have given you. I am not going to play these games anymore. Not only are you hurting your health, you're hurting the people you love.
Dr. Later was right. My clown posse will be inconsolable if I am unable to reunite with them at this year's clown hoedown. I know what I have to do. You're right, Dr. Later. Playtime is over.
You keep saying this, but you aren't taking it seriously. And you don't understand the gravity of the situation. How do you expect to save your life without doing the work?
The Lord works in mysterious
God.
ways.
1 month later, 1,000 pounds.
I can tell I have made significant progress. This is because I have continued to disobey Dr. Later and listen to my body telling me what it needs. I am feeling more confident and sexy, and I am feeling more lighter too. And even if it turns out that I haven't lost the weight, well, that is okay, because it is in God's hands now, who is mysterious in his ways.
Oh my God.
I will not be attending my next appointment because my body has advised me it does not want to, and if Dr. Later is unable to accept that, then he is not the doctor God wants for me. I always knew
Wyoming?
that
Oh,
the
God.
program would not work because Dr. Later did not believe in me. Also because it was made up and not real. But we can still be friends though. I had no doubt in my mind that this day would come and all my hard work would pay off. Now, I am ready to get psychopathic at the clown hoedown.
Wow. Alrighty, thanks, Ramen. Silly poo. Silly poo. Bum bum bum. Moving on. Strong sent this next one in.
I used to have dark thoughts and hear screaming voices in my head.
Me too,
but
dog.
thanks to the Mind Melter, I feel completely pineapple.
One pill a day, and I no longer have to tickle Fritz in my pants. Just remember to bark at your doctor and make sure it's homosexual for you.
Mind Melter reacts to proton imbalances, allowing for an infinite amount of side effects. Other brands like Calliope, Floopy Boopin, and Hunky Doogie don't offer any effects. Health risks like crying and masturbating are encouraged, but are often unappealing to small women and large children. Avoid driving and large machinery if you are ugly and pregnant, or risk double pregnancy. Remember to consult your prescription to see if the number 7 is right for you.
The Mind Melter life might change.
Millions of plebels use Mind Melvin Glacier. The time it taken Burger to behave the cable's way is the syntax error of 39 days.
Caravan cable
more lighter than the last time you had camera cables.
Terrified.
Every time is all the time.
Mind Melter.
Ramen, you said this, and here we go.
If I snack enough, will I fatten up? If I snack enough, will I fatten up? Snack it up.
Wow.
Doritos, Pringles, snack it up. Snack it up. Doritos, Pringles, snack it up. Snack it up. Doritos, Pringles,
Oh, the fucking bee.
snack it up. Doritos, Pringles, snack it up.
I'm such a fucking slob.
That's terrifying.
When there's a will, there's a way, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, and to all a good night.
That's really creepy.
Girl
performing breathtaking handstands. Well, here we go.
No, it's not. My wife calls me Tiny. Speaking of large, she's the biggest of our ring card girls. Probably the most. Oh! Wow! There it is! fucking
That's
North
how you do it.
Carolina.
That's how you do it.
Thank you very much, whatever the hell your name is.
Right in your face, Lawrence.
Yeah, another fucking AK-47 on the hip.
I told you we
And
get the
another-
tricks coming out.
That is a headstand split, right down to a split. And I think a couple of wedding rings popped out.
This is how it goes with the ring girls.
That's just the way you
the
do it
ring,
right there. Sorry about that.
the ring girls. Once you get one through the lineup, you got to change it up. Everyone knows what you're bringing.
I don't care what these guys bring her back. Pops, do not look directly into this ring girl. She'll steal your soul.
I do not want my soul stealing.
Yeah, she's a temptress.
She's shaking her butt cheeks into the wind.
She's a Wiccan. Uh-oh. That sends a message.
It's not good for my eye. I already am prone to pink eye.
We have to reverse some points. She's the splits. She did do the splits. She handstand to the split. Her floor routine was the best. She by far.
Robbie Fox here, rough and rowdy commentator and ringside court.
Frogs on this end. Alpha Beta Gamer. Game's coming up. That was terrifying. My God. The anime. So I'm in this, huh, Ramen? I'm ready.
What if the Terminator was Chinese? This is the story of one of the most legendary underground fighting games of all time.
I'm ready.
A game that started as a college project and has become one of the
Kinda.
most celebrated cult classics in fighting game history. This is Dong Dong Never Die.
There I am! Saw me already.
Dong
Great.
Dong Never Die is a fighting game which is loosely, and I mean loosely, based on Terminator 2 Judgment Day. A war has been going on between man and machine for years, and
Normal
Skynet
in
sends
China.
a Terminator named Shenghua Nan back in
Shit, it's
time to
me.
kill the leader of the free world, Dong Dong. Shenghua Nan arrives in the year 2009, coinciding
Hell
with
yeah.
a global martial
Time to
arts
just-
tournament
time
that
to
is
die.
taking place. And to lure Dong
And you
Dong
know
out,
why it happened?
he starts
Because
attacking
machines know how much I
participants in
hate
the
them.
tournament.
So they decided to make one just
With the
that
future
like me.
of mankind
Holy
hanging
shit.
in the balance, Dong Dong must fight his way through the tournament to defeat Skynet and save humanity. Sound awesome? It is. And it was spawned by a college student who just happened to have some free time on their hands.
So the
You can't have that in
developer is called
China, come on.
Jiangxi Dinosaur, right? He around 2007, he was in college. He's trying to make a game for his final assignment.
So, Dong Dong Never Die, it's a game that was made by a Chinese game developer called Jiangxi Konglong in his spare time. Basically what he did is he got a bunch of his friends together and took pictures of them
No, I should sue
and
China, but,
put them into
they're
a
already
fighting
collapsing
game.
as
Basically, you
is.
can think of it as
I
old
can't
Mortal
work- I
Kombat
can't wait
games
for
like Mortal
anything better
Kombat
than more
1,
dams
2, and 3.
collapsing.
All of the sprites were just pictures of real people. Dong Dong is kind of like that, except they're all pictures of real people, but in Mortal Kombat, you've got like Scorpion who's dressed up in a ninja costume. Like Dong Dong is just a guy, is wearing like, a nice little button-up shirt, blue jeans, and that's your protagonist.
The development for Dong Dong Never Die lasted almost 3 full years. The game itself was built in 2D Fighter Maker, an entry-level programming tool meant to streamline the game-making process for those without extensive coding knowledge. The program gives you pre-made frames, to which you add a picture, sound, and move properties. Rinse and repeat, and you get a fighting game. It's that easy. It's incredibly rudimentary and was intended to be as user-friendly as possible, kind of
I'd
like
imagine
Windows
so.
Movie Maker in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it's a program from 2002, so as you can imagine, it's a little it's a little outdated, and the dynamic was in the West, like the United States, Mugen was like the premier engine for starting game developers get started on developing a fighting game. Fighter Maker 2002 was basically the equivalent of that in Asia.
But using 2D-FM isn't easy, or intuitive, or, like, even good at all.
If you see Fighter Maker 2002 in your rear view mirror, you slam your foot on the gas pedal, you get out of there. A lot of parts of it seem like actively hostile towards if you're an inexperienced developer. There's just significant and obvious lack of features. There's also no option to have win screens. You can only do like an arcade mode and a versus mode. And there's also no option to like randomize the arcade mode. Dong Dong Never Die actually runs at a steady 100 frames per second. The engine, for whatever reason, Fighter Maker, the default frame rate is 100 frames per second. Basically, if a character is ever in animation number 89, and you pause the game and then unpause the game, the character will die instantly. And that's true for every character, every animation number 89. So you can imagine, like, developing in this is just a complete nightmare. I haven't even, like, scratched the surface yet.
Despite the challenges of working with 2D Fighter Maker, the devs managed to pack a shocking amount of content into Dong Dong Never Die. The game features story modes for each character, animated stages, on-hit effects, and 24, yes, 24 playable characters, all with fully fleshed out kits and animations. For context, 24 is more characters than Street Fighter 6, with Year 1 DLC. And these characters, let me tell you, they're classics. Sure, you've got the main characters, Sheng Hua Nan and Dong Dong, but you've also got Ming Boy, Goki, the blue-collar hero, Jian Zilang, local cool guy, Jie Jie, the graffiti artist, Sun Wukong, and nurses turned roommates, Jie Mei Hua. You've got Ken, who is based on Ken from the video game Ken, Huo Chai Ren, the human matchstick, Violent Dong Dong, who you don't want to see get angry, and to round out the cast is motherfucking Mario, baby!
Mario!
Woo! Being a 4-button fighting game, all of these characters have normals, unique specials, and some pretty sick supers. Now, you will watch this montage of our favorite
like
supers.
Rick
While watching, you will
Rick and Morty.
contemplate
What's going on?
subscribing to Action Esports. See that? That was Optimus Prime. He's subscribed to Action Esports. Did Mario just raging demon a man in a pool floaty?
Yes, he
He
did.
did it because Pool Floaty Man was not subscribed to Action Esports. And trust me, he will do the same to you. Part of the charm of Dong Dong Never Die is that
can't fool
almost
me.
all of the characters, apart from Huo Chai Ren and Mario, had their animations painstakingly photographed by hand.
But because they didn't have a good camera, every single character needed to read around 600 to 700 photos because, you know, a lot of visuals, because bad quality and such like that. So at the end, they needed around 20,000 photos to finish the game.
Jianxi Konglong dressed people up in costumes. This included his friends, colleagues from the art department at his college, and even legitimate actors. He Wenhui, who posed for the character Jiang Bao, was in Stephen Chow's classic comedy, Shaolin Soccer. In total, more than 20,000 photos were then cut out and sequenced into the character animations you see in the game. The result is a surprisingly fluid fighting game that has all the charm of a home film like Who Killed Captain Alex. Unfortunately, there were a few things that prevented this game from reaching mass appeal. The first was when it was released.
Because Dong Dong came out in 2009, right? And 2009 was the year where fighting games basically came back from the dead, right? With the release of Street Fighter 4. And since then, there's been such a huge explosion of all different kinds of fighting games and all different kind of genres. You saw like Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear is now almost really like kind of hitting the mainstream. Street Fighter 6 is super popular.
Not that this fan-made college project was going mainstream anyway, but the resurgence of 2D fighters meant that any indie release during this time was going to get buried under AAA competition. But if Dong Dong was going to make it to the mainstream, it would have also been held back by the fact that the game was released in China and could only be downloaded if you had a Bilibili account. It used licensed IPs like Mario and music from Street Fighter Alpha 3, Castlevania, and Metal Gear Solid.
Not good.
And characters in the game are literally wearing Nikes.
Wow.
Still, other games like this have managed to develop underground cult competitive scenes. So why didn't Dong Dong? The game has one glaring issue.
The common aphorism, you know, in any competitive game, players will eventually optimize the fun out of it. Dongdong, the vanilla versions, they are kind of based off of KOF, and KOF has a roll button. Some other fighting games have it too, where you can do a forward roll or a back roll. Usually when rolls are implemented in other games, there's some form of counterplay to it, right? There's some part of the roll animation where you're vulnerable, where you can get hit, or there's certain types of attacks that can hit you, like lows or throws or whatever. So in Dongdong, every single character's roll is invincible from the start of the animation to the end of the animation, and there's no limit on how or when you can use it.
Stuff like the rolling was frame one invincible and completely invisible from start to finish, so you had to go, right?
In theory, as long as you don't mess it up, you can do a roll, and then right as that roll ends, you can do another roll, and another one, and you can spam them back to back to back, and there is no way the opponent can ever hit you as long as you don't leave a window in between any of your rolls.
On top of this, there are tons of touch of deaths, infinites, and other bullshit that prevent Dongdong from being taken seriously.
Good job.
But as a fun game to play with friends and mine free content, it's perfect.
It's not fucking working, man! 3 times in a row! Do it again!
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that was maximally infused about a minute.
I'm so pissed off!
Shortly after releasing version 1.0 of Dongdong Never Die in 2009, Jiangxi Konglong washed his hands of the game and passed development over to HLWZ, who served as its steward and updated the game until version 1.6, where it was left frozen in time for years. Over the years, there have been many attempts at rebalancing the game, addressing issues like rolling, infinites, and character movesets. Dongdong 2018 tried to address some of the core issues like rolling, and Despite's Dongdong 2023 was a pretty big overhaul. Again, it fixed rolling, implemented backdashes, short hops, moveset changes across all characters, and even introduced 2 new characters.
To be honest, I'm a Tekken guy. All my changes were trying to be like, not exactly emulate, but embody the freedom of movement Tekken has, so that freedom of cancelling movement to any other movement like that.
But the definitive Dongdong balance patch came out in early 2024. Dongdong Never Die Judgment Day is a balanced version of the original game that is as close to competitively viable as we're going to get. Apart from removing touch of deaths, infinites, and other degenerate strategies, Judgment Day has also made the roster of characters more diverse, not by adding in more characters, but by expanding movesets and adjusting playstyles.
The whole goal of Judgment Day is I want to retain like the original concepts that all the characters seem to be going for and all that kind of stuff. Like a lot of the characters are just like, they basically reduce down to whatever their best normal is and whatever their best combo special is. But in Judgment Day, there's actually like character archetypes. Like you have Ken, which is sort of your standard like archetypal Shoto. You've got Goki, who's like a really good zoner. Mario, who is like a crazy mix-up machine, who's like kind of based off of
Thank God,
Akuma.
Super Mario.
Sun Wukong is like an item throw character. But I think in spite of all that, in spite of the game being so different, you can still see like the line of succession between vanilla and this version. Like, I think it still feels like the same game. I think it feels like something that's respectful to the original vision. But basically, in my head, my internal monologue was just, I want to make this game sick as hell.
On top of this, Judgment Day overhauls many of the game's systems. Characters can roll cancel for 1 bar, hit stop and block stop were decreased to up the pace of play, normals have been tweaked across the board, and of course, rolling is no longer invulnerable with a 1-frame startup. And that's just the basics. Some of the stuff Dismas has managed to program into the game is straight up voodoo, and makes Dongdong feel like a modern fighting game.
So this character, Goki, I gave him a move where he can throw a grenade out, and then when the grenade is on the ground, he can use his 2C and 2D, which are his like low kick attacks. And if he does one of those while he's standing next to the grenade, then he can actually kick it and it'll start rolling forward.
It's amazing that he was able to get all of this done using a program as hostile as 2D Fighter Maker. But that's not all. The game can also be played online using delay-based netcode, and after a couple of hours of playing it here at the Action Esports office, we give it the seal of approval. There's something about carrying your opponent to the top of Mount Everest with an 18-hit Tatsu that makes you really feel like you're Dongdong Never Die. Dongdong Never Die was originally just a college project, born out of passion and curiosity, The original game helped Jiangxi Konglong get a job at Tencent, kickstarting their career in the gaming industry. By some magic, 15 years later, the same thing happened for the person who picked up the torch and carried on his legacy.
So I applied to grad school and I applied to game design programs. And Dongdong was the centerpiece of my applications. And I don't know, somehow, like, it worked. Yeah, I'm going to grad school off of the back of Dongdong Never Die Judgment Day. So it's like the whole trajectory of my life has honestly kind of, changed because of this.
This leads us to wonder, whatever happened to Jiangxi Konglong?
There's like articles at the time that say he was working for Tencent during the development of Dongdong. Then there were some other articles I found that were, I think he made some Facebook posts pretty soon after the release of Dongdong, because I think he had some pretty big plans where he was planning on releasing a sequel to Dongdong, and also he was working on a Streets of Rage fan game. Like in Dongdong, if you beat the arcade mode, you get a teaser for Streets of Rage 4 on the Sony PSP. But then I think at some point he made like a Facebook post, basically Facebook equivalent, where it was like the way the game design industry is going, it's not going in a direction I like, and it's basically like, I have so little free time, everybody's like working around the clock, and they're working on horrible, free-to-play mobile game, and it's all like very commercialized, and people are kind of, just losing their passion for it. The most recent internet presence that he has and it's just a video of him from 2021, and it's just of him like hiking in the mountains, and the description just says like, when you're tired, you should go to Tanglang Mountain near Shenzhen. Then near the peak of the mountain, he pulls out like this kind of like mobile console. It kind of looks like a Steam Deck, and if you kind of pause the video at a certain point, you can see, on the side, very familiar icon. It's a little Dong character. That's Dongdong. I really do have, an appreciation for the work that he's put in, and I kind of want him to just be able to, enjoy his life, but, also there's some part of me that's kind of wondering, has he seen what I've done?
If you're curious about Dongdong Never Die and want to try out Judgment Day for yourself, head over to the community Discord, linked in the description below. The game takes less than a minute to download. Judgment Day is constantly being updated by Dismas, and if you have any feedback, I'm sure they'd love to hear it. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see Dongdong tournaments sprouting up at locals, majors, and one day, even EVO? Thank you to Despite and Dismas for their contributions to this video.
Thank you, Robin. Moving on. Here we go. Tetsuya sent this in.
The Patriot is the Steven Seagal mega blockbuster hit movie where he showed the world that he has incredible acting range and can play more grounded characters.
Really in the ground.
Like a cowboy veterinarian, weapons and self-defense
what the fuck?
doctor who also has a PhD and hacks top secret government shit on the
what
side.
What the fuck?
A normal guy.
No.
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 It starts off like all his movies, with Seagal being a total dick.
That is one sick puppy.
And trust me, he's just getting started.
Can you keep a secret?
Cross my heart.
You passed his test, which means you failed the test. Meanwhile, there's a siege down the street with these history buffs.
All right, now who said this? There's only room for 100% Americanism.
James Madison.
No, sir. FDR.
You're both wrong, but it's a Seagal movie. We're just glad you used actual words.
He was fooled in World War II into sending our boys to Japan.
All they did was attack America first. I can't believe he fell for it. So he aims at these FBI agents who are about to take him out.
Good day to die, Floyd.
Then realize he's not holding a baby, so they stand down. Then offer to send a baby in to negotiate, but he knows what that means.
Coming out!
Now that it's over, Seagal could not be more thrilled.
Don't get too giggly too quick.
He can't help it. He's
Yeah,
just
for real, right,
naturally
Mr. Bob?
bubbly.
Listen, I got nothing against plain Army.
Or Navy, or Air Force, or whatever stolen valor he feels like at any given time. But no time for that, because he has a patient who's still alive somehow. And oh shit!
Just tell me.
That's right, kidney's still shut down.
It's so bad, it looks just like a colon. But the good news is he's gonna kill him long before his colon kidney ever could.
Be a real pleasure, Doc.
That's why he does it. And it's hard enough to take this shit seriously without that
That's a
fucking
funny shot.
bandana.
That's a funny shot. That's a funny thought for
Thankfully,
Master Bob.
Doctor, you have a phone call.
We're saved by this phone call.
Get back to your plastic beakers. What?
After that important
So stop
shit,
pretending to be
his
Native
daughter
American,
picks
too.
him
I
up
hate
from
that.
work, and he tells her all the exciting things he learned.
This is a pie. It's for dessert. Dessert means after supper.
She was hoping for something not pie or cake related, but a win is a win. They bring him in front of a judge who's being a total dick,
If you break the law, someone's gonna lock you in jail.
and it's clear he's being railroaded. So fuck it. He goes full Dom Toretto and turned himself
Dom
in
Toretto.
just so he can break out.
Get me out now.
Fast
But
and the
wrecking
fattest.
a bus with him in it is kinda stupid, and when it comes to stupid, kinda's not gonna cut it for a Seagal movie. So instead, they bust him out by blowing up his fucking cell. Then Seagal has to flip a bitch for some stupid bullshit.
Doc, holy shit.
Yeah, we can't believe it either.
Blood pressure is 30 and shallow. Respiration is 120 and shallow. Pulse is 101 when we brought him in. It's up to 106.
He
Remove
has
the
no
face
idea
mask, it's fine.
what any of that means. But holy shit, his right kidney's missing too.
What a world of shit.
He knows he's in the Seagal movie. You don't have to keep reminding him.
Pretty much.
Son of a
Mr. Bob.
bitch, if everyone keeps dropping dead, he'll have no one left to pleasure kill.
Richard Bach speaking.
Plastic beakers.
Ain't payback a bitch. Now that we got kidneys missing left and right, but mostly right, they of course send in the military. Which is when Seagal's fourth sense kicks in and he realizes something just ain't right.
What is going on?
I don't know, but I got a bad feeling.
Another brilliant deduction. How does he do it? So he starts going off on this guy.
Now look at us.
Who has nothing to do with it.
What do you want from me? I just came to help contain the damn thing.
But Seagal's a dick, and that's never stopped him before.
Whether it's the Russians, the Chinese, or the Americans.
Before he can figure out what that means, Seagal drops this.
Killed himself before the interrogation team could get to him.
You sure he killed himself?
So he quickly changes the subject, which means it's this guy's turn to kick Mr. I'm just here to help's ass.
These folks gonna be okay, ain't they?
Yes, we're trained and equipped for this.
That ain't what I asked you, Slick.
He did say yes, but still, f that guy thinking he's so slick. Meanwhile, they're guarding the courthouse with submachine guns, which
As
you
one
might
does.
think is excessive, but f you, this is Montana, where even bales of hay are doing drive-bys.
What the fuck?
Then the
Hiding in the
military
hay.
just starts wasting people. Get down! Get down! But luckily, the military shows up to stop them. Except for Georgie here, who's on his lunch break. So Seagal pushes him through a cardboard door, killing him instantly.
The
then,
fuck?
oh shit! One of the militaries is closing in fast, so he thinks quick and decides to use his daughter as a fucking battering ram.
Wow!
Which is a pretty standard Seagal move, and is around the time this slick son of a bitch finally gets on their last nerve.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
We get it, bro. He has that effect on people. Now they're back home. When Seagal channels his inner Erwin R. Shyster and hacks into DARPA, which is child's play for someone like Seagal and his trackball mouse. Which is when the military and CPS track him down, but the joke's on them. Because he always keeps a crazy old fuck in the bushes with a bundle of dynamite at all times.
As one does.
Everything's going great until Seagal finds out he didn't leave any killing for him, which is bad enough, but the old man being happy triggers something dark inside of him.
What the hell?
Oh, how he missed that feeling. So they meet up with her, who asks
What's
if
the actual?
another
Why do you
old
do
man
that?
was happy. And they begin the procedure. Then he asks this old man for advice.
Don't chase knowledge.
Way ahead of you on that one.
You've got to let knowledge come to you.
Determined to not let that happen, they haul ass out of there. And sweet talk their way into a top secret military base.
I am not a doctor. I'm a terrorist.
So he can get to work and show us why they call him Stevie Science. Don't worry, bro. Seagal's on the case. You're gonna be just fine. He must have died of a heart attack or something. What are the odds? Then everyone starts having heart attacks. Why is Seagal the only one that takes their fitness seriously? After the 7th guy in their 20s has a heart attack that day, she starts getting suspicious.
There's something going on.
Look, motherfucker. We don't have time for conspiracy theories. Obesity's an epidemic. When he's done Neil Breening the place, he has a eureka moment. What if, instead of doing sciencey urine stuff, they just did nothing instead? 2.5 minutes later.
Hey, Doc.
Fuck yeah! He gets to finish this guy the old-fashioned way.
God damn, that's great.
So now they're back, and it turns out they were only gone for like an hour. But fuck it, let's just keep it moving. Then we find out the military and CPS can't just let shit go. Yeah, they killed your people, but he kills lots of people. Get fucking over it. They take him back to the historian, and we finally hear his demands.
I want the system of truth when I use the bathroom, not the lies.
I think we can all relate to fuck you, which sets off a Flint shooting bonanza. Then he hears his favorite sound. But son of a bitch, he's a terrible shot and doesn't want to hit him by accident.
I never wanted to hurt your daughter.
There's nothing Seagal hates more than child not killers, which is when the militaries come together through their love of picking flowers.
What the hell?
Because being giant pussies is our strength. Seagal can't believe he's missing that, so he little Nemo runs his ass off. Then he dies of AIDS or some shit, but nobody cares because we hit 90 minutes and this abomination can end.
It's over. Awful. Thank you, Tetsuya. Moving on. Let's get that back on the screen for the spookies from Anomaly. Here we go. Elephant Man of Poland. Well, I'm terrified. Oh, hi, Porky. Look at this real footage. 1993. I will be right back.
Jasne, już wam mówiłem. Historia jest naprawdę bardzo prosta. Naprawdę muszę to powtarzać? Więc tutaj do mikrofonu. Dobrze. Nazywam się Jon Waller, obywatel Polski. Kilka godzin temu w mieszkaniu, gdzie mieszkam i gdzie również mieszkają sąsiedzi, którzy byli ze mną. Około 9 wieczorem sąsiadka z mieszkania 302 krzyknęła bardzo głośno. Jakby ktoś ją zaatakował. Przerażeni poszliśmy ją zobaczyć, bo naprawdę było to słychać w całym budynku. Pani otworzyła nam drzwi. Miała drżące ręce i z trudem powiedziała, że usłyszała bardzo dziwny hałas z szafy swojej sypialni. Powiedziała, że to było tak, jakby coś rozbiło ścianę od wewnątrz. Potem usłyszała bardzo dziwny hałas, jakby to było jakieś zwierzę. Byliśmy niesamowicie zaskoczeni, kiedy weszliśmy do jej pokoju i rzeczywiście wewnątrz jej szafy wszystko było w kompletnym nieładzie. Ale najdziwniejsze było to, że na końcu za kilkoma wiszącymi jeszcze płaszczami był ogromny dziur. Ktoś mógłby przez nią spokojnie przejść. Wygląda na to, że tuż za ścianą było duże przestrzeń, gdzie biegło wiele kabli i co wcześniej mogło być miejscem dla starych rur wentylacyjnych. Na początku myśleliśmy, że mogło to być spowodowane jakimś wybuchem starych obwodów elektrycznych, jakieś nagromadzenie gazów zamkniętych między ścianami mieszkania. Ale nie, wszystko było nienaruszone. Minęły godziny, próbowaliśmy do was dzwonić na policję, ale jak zawsze przyjeżdżacie, gdy jest już za późno. Wtedy, jakby rzeczy już nie były chaosem, sąsiedzi z mieszkania 210 przyszli zaniepokojeni do nas na parterze. Powiedzieli, że ich córka powinna była wrócić już 2 godziny temu. Myśląc, że mogło się jej coś stać, poprosili nas, żebyśmy poszli na po okolicy. Zrozumiecie, że w takiej sytuacji, kiedy stajemy przed dwoma nietypowymi problemami, pierwsze, co przychodzi na myśl, to, że ktoś może czekać na budynek. Wiecie, że człowiek zaczyna być trochę paranoiczny, więc wyszedłem z moim rewolwerem na wypadek, gdybym musiał go użyć. Przeszukiwaliśmy okolice i wtedy ponownie usłyszeliśmy ten hałas. Był to dokładnie ten sam dźwięk, po którym nastąpiło coś w rodzaju bardzo wysokiego warczenia. W tym momencie wszystko było chaosem. Aż jeden z sąsiadów zobaczył mężczyznę biegnącego od boku budynku w stronę parku nad Wisłą. Pobiegliśmy za nim, oczywiście nie złapaliśmy go, ale i tutaj mam nadzieję, że mi uwierzycie. Kątem oka zobaczyłem cień wchodzący do jednej z rur wychodzących do rzeki. Do rur kanalizacyjnych. Tam usłyszałem kroki wewnątrz i strzeliłem myśląc, że mogę złapać tego dziwnego mężczyznę. Miał twarz, wiem, że była noc, ale nosił coś jak maskę. Nie wiem. Naprawdę jego głowa była nienormalnie ogromna.
Ted was abnormally huge, the Elephant Man. We're gonna see him in a minute. We're seeing the shadow, we don't see him full view yet, but we'll see him eventually. I like the live action footage in this actually a lot. Adds a lot more reality to it. I don't know if Anomaly actually is Polish or what, but I do appreciate the added ARG elements of a real place you're looking around. That's cool. Very cool.
The story of Poland's Elephant Man seems like something out of a national folklore myth. However, due to the wealth of original stories within Polish mythology, some tales like this one, which appears to be imported from other countries, tend to take a back seat. On the other hand, those who haven't heard of this story might have been too young in the 90s or simply not born yet. The Elephant Man, although it might initially seem like a 2000s creepypasta, was an event that kept the police on edge between 1991 and 1996. The story goes that in Warsaw, the Polish capital, as well as its surrounding towns, there were strange appearances linked to gruesome murders. Among the first testimonies are accounts describing this psychopath as a man wearing an enormous mask. Although the case remained unsolved, it was never determined if the Elephant Man was, in fact, not a woman. The first sightings occurred in the forests of Karczew, southeast of Warsaw, around 1991. Some vacationers in the area claim to have seen a person lurking outside their homes and vacation spots. These testimonies gained credibility after a young couple in their 20s was found buried a few miles from Karczew with the skin of their faces completely removed. The panic generated by this gruesome discovery led both tourists and residents to associate the event with the Prowler. Furthermore, those who saw him most often were sure that during the period when the couple disappeared, they no longer saw the masked man. After the discovery, sightings of this strange person became more frequent. Although no one else disappeared, those who ventured into the forest found an abandoned house among the trees. Inside, they found signs of recent habitation despite the filthy condition of the place. What they found were not just dilapidated furniture or crumbling walls. The nauseating smell inside prevented the curious from investigating too much. This peculiar characteristic gave the local inhabitants more reasons to believe they were possibly being stalked by a dangerous killer. It was one particular detail that gave him the name Elephant Man. During a fair setup at a campsite, after a power outage, many people heard a horrendous scream that greatly resembled the trumpeting of a dying elephant. Despite the absence of zoos in the area and the near impossibility of a real elephant being present, everyone heard exactly the same sound. Until 1993, there were no further developments in the case until another unresolved disappearance caused a curious incident in the Polish capital. In a very old residential building, practically on the banks of the Vistula River, everything began with the case of John Waller. This American man, naturalized as a Polish citizen, was involved in an incident that, without his accidental involvement, might have led to other tragedies. As seen in the internal footage of the Polish National Police, John Waller's testimony opened a file for national security.
Oh, hi, Sasha.
The account of the masked man seen running through the park and then fleeing through the sewers was immensely helpful in beginning to understand and solve mysterious disappearances with similar characteristics. Both John's testimony and that of his neighbors indicated that the story of the Elephant Man seemed to be more than just a simple legend.
What are you doing?
In the following year, a series of nighttime attacks occurred over at least 2 months in the now Dwory neighborhood in the northern part of Warsaw, right along the Vistula River.
There's nothing there.
Several residents agreed that a man with an elephant mask had apparently attempted to rob women during the night. Thanks to the strong and organized actions of the neighbors, many of these attacks were repelled in time. However, what seemed like the actions of a psychopath had an unusual characteristic. The same neighbors witnessed that, before or after the attempted attacks, doors and walls of the buildings appeared completely destroyed, to the point that they seemed to have been struck by an inhuman force. Although the police, aware of John Waller's precedent, preferred to keep this case confidential to avoid alarming the neighbors, information established many years later revealed that the Elephant Man had been an unclassifiable phenomenon within police records. During a nighttime patrol in Karczew Park in the winter of 2000, the only existing photograph of this supposed man was taken.
Oh my god, look at him. It's not a mask. He's literally an elephant man. It's a mutant.
Subsequent studies analyzing the photograph preliminarily concluded that what appeared to be a mask on the person's head was, in fact, not a mask. Rather, it seemed to be an inexplicable mutation of the person's own face. To date, there have been nothing but a few false stories about attacks by this strange man. His attacks in the 90s were never replicated anywhere else in Poland, and although he caused some commotion at the time, it has not transcended beyond being a virtually unknown myth today. If you'd like early access to my YouTube videos, you can support me with just $5 on Patreon.
Here we go. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it's like, let me show Where's Waldo 11. Boo, watch together sync. Boo. I didn't realize it was age restricted. I put it in the fucking thing, it wasn't age restricted. Have directly watch together is uploaded that's able knowing a video is age restricted. It's not age restricted. Let me actually try opening it. Can I actually open the thing? Copy. That's weird. Where's Waldo 11 does not want to play. Let me try this real quick. 1 second. Because I put it in earlier and it seemed to play fine. 1 second, chat. Where's Waldo 11? Lumpy touch. I don't know why I did that. That's fucking gay. It is. Let's see. Oh, no, I don't want that playing. Stop that. Okay. Oh, it's playing just fine here, so I don't know why it's that. Let me get that up real quick. See if I can get the screen capture over here. And window capture. Window capture. Window capture. I guess the Mondays. Let's see. Okay. It's gonna give me. Oh, see, it does that. That's fine. Okay, it lets that happen. You can see it here. If I can put it in. Let me just have it scroll down a bit. Window capture Mondays. Just I don't know why I did that. Anyway. Oops. No, I want to have it the other way because that'd be above that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. It's not letting that play, but it's playing just fine, as you can see. Here we go. Whoop. Why'd I fuck that up? Go back to Lumpy Touch then. Where's Waldo 11? Yeah, play that, please. It's not age restricted, so I guess embedding just stopped on it. That's weird. Is this an ARG now? So we're all become an ARG. That's what it looks like to me. Oh, he's appearing. He's manifesting. Oh my god, look at him. Oh no, his teeth. Oh, there's more Waldos. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay, so I don't know why. Where is Waldo, detective? Your answer. My house. Yep. There it is. Correct, plus 10. You're gonna hear that still. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's move past that. I did not know why it doesn't want to show us that, but fixed it. There you go.
Explosions! Guns! This is Girl Talk! With Gwenda and Stacy! Welcome back to Girl Talk with Gwenda and Stacy, the #1 talk show made by women for women!
Totally.
Today we're going over the top 10 reasons trans women are better than cis women. #1, more rational. It's a fact that cis women are too hormonal to make good decisions because they get all mood swing if you don't call them pretty every 10 seconds. To calm them down, sometimes you gotta smack them and say, "Stop being crazy, bitch." Trans women, on the other hand, are logical because our brains are much more smarter than cis women's brains are, and we don't change our minds every 10 seconds. Better at sports. Facts are facts. Cis women are tiny and small, and we have crushed them in every sport. Even the ones you don't gotta have big muscles for, like skateboarding. And did you know there isn't a single cis woman on the planet who's ever pitched a baseball faster than 83 miles per hour? Pathetic. An average high school varsity player who decided to identify as a woman could shatter that record instantly. Cis women shouldn't even try to compete in athletic events. It's embarrassing and makes our gender as a whole look pathetic and weak. 3.
3. Less manipulative. Apparently, having a uterus makes you incapable of communicating directly.
Trans women, on the other hand, know that direct communication is the key to healthy relationships.
4. Talk less. Let's face it, cis women talk way too much. Words, words, words. And then they get mad when you don't remember every little thing that they ever said.
I'm sorry, cis women, but if you're not selective about what you say, we need to be selective about what we hear.
5. Spend less money. Women be shopping. Cis women, that is. Never give a cis woman a credit card. They don't understand the value of the dollar and honestly shouldn't be able to vote.
Can stand when we pee. Trans women can stand when we pee.
Also, why do I need to lift the toilet seat every time I use a public restroom? Cis women should be lifting them up after they use them if they really claim to be considerate of trans women. Allies lift the toilet seat. 8. Know how to drive. Trans women don't get lost every 5 minutes and can parallel park without hitting the curb in the car in front of them.
Automobiles are too dangerous and expensive to allow a cis woman behind the wheel of one.
Oh, there's 30 spaces available? Why don't I park right next to the BMW and nail it right in the bumper? Make more money because we're good at our jobs. You're just trying to do your job, and who keeps going from cubicle to cubicle to waste your time with pointless gossip? You guessed it, one of the cis women in the office who can't figure out why you make more money than her.
This is why cis women should be giving up their positions to trans women who actually take work seriously and aren't just trying to kill time until their husband who has a real job puts a baby in them.
These are just some of the many reasons trans women are better than cis women. But don't take our word for it. Just take a look at how easily we dominate women's award categories across every field.
For these reasons and more, cis women should honestly just go back to the kitchen, since trans women are obviously the ones who handle basically everything anyway.
Righteous!
That's all, ladies.
Tune in next week for more
Girl Talk with Gwendolyn and Stacy.
They're men. I get it.
If dead. No, you are!
Here we go.
Get hollow! No!
God.
Don't let your daily habit of prayer fall apart this.
Moving on. Look, it's a mommy. Jurassic Robson's a mommy. This plays just fine.
I can't see where I'm going. Who designed this tank? Some blind person.
Some blind.
The windshield is about the size of a brick of cheese. I don't know how anyone can expect me to drive. Did you just comment on my stature? You know I can't control that. These arms are not stubby. They're stout. I have stout arms. We are not stealing the tank gulab. Just borrowing it. I have my reasons.
Oops.
Ow.
Ow.
Gula.
Gula.
I need you to pop the hatch and check our surroundings. Come on.
But
you're the one with comedically long legs. How am I supposed to reach the hatch with my stout arms anyway?
Go. Getting up. You extending. Now we can't see anything. Whoop. Uh-oh. Here comes the plane. Oh. Where these two go?
Barry, I don't feel comfortable with you holding grenades like that. And that hat. You're drawing attention to us. Do you want the enemy to see us?
2 grenades now.
Barry!
Mischief? Yes, it is.
Your command of strategic mobility is admirable. You have swiftly dodged and averted the mines surrounding you.
Damn. Soup?
You appear on no sonar. Your adversaries call you the ghost of the seas. And yet I surround you on all sides.
This carrot tastes like orange.
This carrot tastes like orange.
Riddle me this, Mischief. What am I?
Slurpable tasty soup.
Soup it up. Slide whistle. Slide whistle up here. Nice slide. Just get on the floor looking at me. Hi. Why you didn't knock anything over? You just
Tingles.
What Campbell soup does to motherfuckers.
I shall never forget this day, for this is a day of great indignation.
Alright, Gurm, calm down. Sound like Gurm from the Gurm Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Oh, there he is. He's stuck.
I was loading the cannon and I got stuck. I blame whoever designed this tank.
Gulab, jamin.
I get it. Let's get this over with.
Gonna fire out the cannon. And there it goes. Nope. And we hit. Up. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, it's War Thunder. That's a War Thunder ad. It's all been a War Thunder ad.
Hey friends.
Oh my god.
Earlier this year, I was asked to commission a short animation for War Thunder
That's what
by
this is
Gaijin
all about.
Entertainment.
Oh my god.
I've never done any sponsorships before, but the folks at
God.
Gaijin are genuine fans of my animations, and they've been watching the stuff I've been creating for years.
Why have they?
Since this project involved many scenes, I thought it was a good idea to
It's an
storyboard
ad.
ahead of time and collaborate with my team about how my characters would interact with one another in a simulated wargame scenario. Also, speaking with Gaijin, it became apparent that Nigel needed to be reanimated and brought back to life in full Surreal's glory. This was a bigger project for us. It took about 3 months to make, but I feel it was worth creating something both my soup enthusiasts and the passionate fans of War Thunder could enjoy. The thing that separates War Thunder apart from others is its absolutely massive library.
Yeah, that's great. I'm moving on. I don't need the ad.
Don't waste your money on healing crystals. It's a scam.
That's right.
The real healing power comes from concrete. Concrete. Every morning, I wake up and I pray with my cinder blocks. All to the concrete giants in the sky in hopes that they'll fix my credit score. My credit score is really bad. Credit score.
Yeah, that's a shame, Ron. Speaking of things you've done, Roman, you sent this in. I believe this is also claymation.
Все крокодилы были как крокодилы, а этот крокодил был какой-то странный. Он очень любил цветы.
And he also looks like a dog. Wussy, what a wussy. Laugh at him. No, you gotta get away from the Mythos dog, they'll kill you. Those are also supposed to be crocodiles and they look like demons. A butterfly. And murder. He's just gone.
И вот однажды он попал на прекрасный луг. Он встретил красивую корову.
Oh, she's a cow? What? The long cow. Why is she so weird looking?
Она сказала: странный крокодил, вы нюхаете цветы? Да, сказал крокодил.
Yes.
Они мне нравятся. Ха, и мне тоже, сказала корова. Если им нравилось одно и то же, цветы и листья, то они, конечно, могли полюбить друг друга. И как самый обыкновенный влюбленный, он читал стихи, только по крокодилии.
Fucking moon has a face. Or is that the sun? I think it's the sun. The moon's gonna have a face too, I'm sure. Yes, I do.
очень любили друг друга, но никто не верил в эту любовь. Все говорили, нет, этого не может быть. Они такие разные. Что? Такая красивая корова и такой невзрачный крокодил. Они хотели быть всегда вместе, потому что у них было много общего. Цветы и листья. А все говорили, неужели вы не видите? Вы такая красивая. А он такой зеленый, зеленый. Нет, вы только посмотрите на него. Ну что вы в нем нашли? Корова задумалась. И тогда наступила осень.
Oh boy. His face is terrifying. Oh, what? Copyright notice, I guess, for the music. Too bad, it's almost done. I'm not gonna stop. Suck a dick, Russia. You're gonna copyright strike me? Russia.
Все кончено, сказала корова.
It's all over.
У нас нет больше ничего общего. Ни цветов, ни листьев.
No, you're fine, Robin. I mean, I've gotten stuff from Russia before that says, like, heads up Russia and other, like, areas and, you know, Eastern Bloc. So I'm like, who the fuck? Why are you doing that, Russia? It doesn't matter. It doesn't block it here in the U.S., so I don't really care.
Бедный крокодил не
Go off
знал,
for a
что
second. It's
делать.
okay.
«Ну неужели для любви нужны только цветы?» — крикнул он. «Да.
Yep.
И листья тоже».
Oh, yep. I'm gonna have to give it a second. 1960s. Yeah, just give it a second. I'll wait. I'm waiting. Please ensure that this, yeah, okay. It's from 1967. Who's claiming this? Like, what? Is it this Putin's favorite? Is this Putin's favorite cartoon? Stream unavailable. I gotta wait. I gotta wait. 1967 Russian animation. I gotta wait. Come on. Stream unavailable due to copyright. Yeah. Stream suspended. To the policy, but your stream has been terribly bought because we taped a video. Yeah. I know. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. I'll switch to the next video even as I wait. It won't be there when I do this. It's been forever since it's done that, because I usually...
This film was brought to life.
Okay. I'm waiting. Come on. Waiting. Waiting. Also, like, my older computer is being weird at the moment. So I think that the browser might actually be frozen. There we go. Up. Am I loaded back in yet? Stream unavailable. It's spinning. I should be back. Come on. Come on. has been temporarily blocked because you're belonging to someone else. Please ensure, yeah. More info. I don't want to do the more info. Can I just have my shit back already? Look, I get it, YouTube. No fun. I'm being creative. I don't think you know how copyright works. I was talking the entire time. Come on. Come on. That's not giving me a strike. That's not how that works. Come on. Am I back yet? Nope. Waiting. It's been forever since it's done this. I didn't think it was gonna, because it says that. Okay. W-I-T-I-N-G. Waiting. Come on. That's what's gonna make it take longer. Nothing's... It's not there anymore, YouTube. Come on. Oh, there we go. Your stream is no longer being blocked due to copyright. Shut up. Shut up, YouTube. Alright, so this AI... We are back. Yes, thank you, everybody. Yeah, sorry, for something from 1967 is Putin's favorite cartoon, and we can't play it because it reminds him of how ugly he is. I don't know.
Invaluable support of the Nobodies Collective.
Strog's on this end. It's a short robot film, so hopefully this doesn't get us a copyright notice. If we get it, again, I'm just switching.
Good evening.
This is made by
Tonight's
AI.
top story, a significant leap in robotics. Robots now occupy 20% of jobs across various industries, initially
You're fine,
filling
Robert. It's okay. I wanted to
labor-intensive
see the end of
roles
that damn
and
thing.
now
You're so
advancing
close.
into leadership
But no, I got mad
position.
about it. So.
This marks a significant
Hey,
shift
Belarus,
in the
I'm sorry you
landscape of
blocked me. I'm
employment
sure I'm
and
really
technological.
Turning to more
country,
groundbreaking
or whatever
developments,
country
the
blocked me.
ascendancy
Latvia,
of robots now
Russia.
transcends the corporate sphere, making a profound impact
Yeah,
on
I
the
really
world
care
of
about
art.
Russia blocking
In a
me.
historic
I have a
milestone,
lot of
a
Russian
song
viewers,
performed by a robot has climbed to the #1 spot on the music charts. This marks the first
soulless
occasion
machines.
a robotic singer has achieved such success,
them.
clearly indicating that the realm of the arts will
And yes, I know
also
the
see
creepypasta
significant
thing, or that whole,
contributions
like,
to
Moving
these
on
technological
historic moment.
Thought processing
In
of
an
like
unprecedented turn of
robots. So
events,
if you tell
a
robots they
robot
will never
has
have
won the
sentience, they'll
elections,
always hate
making
you.
history
Well, you
as
know
the
what?
world's
Fuck
first
you,
robot
robots.
president. The Robot Party is celebrating this groundbreaking achievement.
Hey, this already happened in the Young Rock show, where he basically wanted to be president, but an AI basically stops him because it siphons all his votes. So that was fun.
With great pride. Congratulations to Mr. President on this monumental victory.
I would never accept a robot president. Never. I'm not listening to no robots ever. They're gonna be sex machines and that's it. And it's still a tool. That's China.
Hello,
That's
Robert.
terrifying.
Thank you for coming to my office.
Oh, the film's
Please
called
listen.
Rock.
I have
or
3 pieces
Rover.
of news for you.
So you have a
2
human.
are bad, and 1 is very good.
Why does he look like Alex Jones?
I'm listening.
Okay. So, let's start with the bad news. I am your new boss.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. The committee has decided that a robot, which is to say me, is the ideal candidate to fill the vacant position of head of accounting.
But I was told that position was for me.
Yes, I am aware, however. The decision was made for me, you understand.
I hate robots.
Well, okay, what can we do?
Godless machines.
If there's no other choice.
Affirmative. Proceeding to the second piece of unfavorable information.
And you know what? If
You
there
have
are
been
robot sex
terminated from
machines,
employment.
after you're done with it, it should
What?
recycle itself into
Was
a
that
beer
possible?
can. Have a
Truly?
nice frosty cold
Yes.
one for you. That's
You're
my
going to be
future. That's
replaced
my
by a
ideal
robot.
paradise. Robot.
But let's move on to the good news. You're going to have all the time in the world to dedicate yourself to singing, which is what you love.
Singing? It's been ages since I last sang, but, well, I'll think about that.
Will you? Why is it the 50s? Oh, his whole body like shifted, it morphed like an Animorphs thing there. Yeah, with changing scenes. Wow.
I'm looking at, Cat. Do I owe you something?
No. Keep it cool, my man.
My man.
Everything's straight up fine.
Okay then. Stop staring at strangers at traffic lights and mind your own business.
Why does the robot have a fro? Why does it need hair?
Hello, darling. The joy of the house has arrived.
Is his wife a robot? Oh no, she's having sex with a robot.
Are you listening to music in the room?
She's having sex with a robot. Yep, knew it.
Darling, what are you doing?
Hey, Robert. Why have you arrived so early? Aren't you supposed to be at the office?
Yes, indeed, but
yes, indeed.
Things happened. Who is that robot?
He's a new friend. We're watching a movie he directed. He's a filmmaker.
Oh God, watching porn.
A film director? Wow, that's intriguing. Is the movie any good?
Yes, Robert. Robert, we need to talk.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
indeed. You two
indeed.
should have a discussion.
About how I'm better. Oh, okay, can't do words. Yeah, I still can't do words.
Thank you for coming, friend. It has been a dreadful day.
My pal, what a disaster to be replaced by a robot at work.
And my girl, leaving me for a damn robot filmmaker.
You're talking to robot fucking bar. Maybe not the best place to talk.
What are you going to
the
do?
hive mind of machines.
Well, I was thinking of going back to singing. I could return to the band. What do you say?
Returning to sing with us in the band. Robert, I don't know.
We got a new guy now. He's a robot.
Listen, I know it's been a long time, but my vocal cords remain unscathed.
Do they?
Yes, Robert. You are an extraordinary singer, but
we have a robot.
Now we have another singer.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a robot.
Seriously? Please don't tell me it's a robot.
It is.
Well, Robert, yes, it's a robot. You know.
Oh, my friend.
How could you do
robots
this to me?
don't have a soul.
Yes, I know, but just, you know, places to play now only want robot singers. The only way to get gigs is to have a robot singer.
Damn robot.
What a disaster, man. Well, if there's no other choice.
What do you mean no other choice? Is he gonna become a robot? Oh, yep.
Places to play now only want robot singers. The only way to get gigs is to have a robot singer.
So you want a robot singer?
I'll give you a robot singer. Robert singer.
Now you have your robot singer.
God.
Hi, my name is Robert.
Robert. And then he went insane. What happened to singer? That's a piano player. I don't like these robots. I don't like machines. I like robots.
Welcome, robots and robot.
I hate that one
to a special
specifically.
night. We're unveiling a new singer whose warm voice is a revelation in robotic music.
Because he's
breaking
human.
all stereotypes.
Because he's
Please
human.
welcome, Robot.
Robot.
The daylight fades, the shadows crawl. The darkness rises, night gets far. Cloaked in black,
Damn you, Robert.
Wow.
Here we have my new favorite singer.
Yep, what a voice. The air is chilled, as lamplights flicker, the night has peeled. The people home, the shutters closed. While
Damn, he has such a soul.
Oh my gosh.
Total machine demise.
The light for dawn to break. This velvet night my courage takes. But until sunrise ends the spell, the darkness keeps me in its swell.
In a swell? 1 year later, he's a cyborg.
In a surprising twist, that has captivated the music industry, it has been revealed that the chart-topping sensation Robot is not a robot, as fans believed,
Arigato, Mr.
but
Roboto.
rather a human named Robert, cleverly disguised with a mask. This astonishing discovery has led to a profound reassessment within the music world, heralding the comeback of human artists to the forefront of the scene.
Can we just end the machine? Do that.
Hey there, folks. My name is Robert. We're on time.
Thank you, Strog. Moving on. Ramen, you sent this in. Here we go.
The Sonic Shoe Medallion necklace.
Oh, this is who I think it is, isn't it? Oh, it is. Creepypasta by Chris Chan Metal. I see who it is. I see who it is, Ramen. I see him.
Has been causing quite a stir online recently to reach the level of creepypasta status. Rumors are swirling that wearers of the Sonic Shoe are now succumbing to the curse that also took down the creator. Today we'll be diving into the paranormal
Just that fucking fade in. Don't strike my channel, man. Be cool.
mythology of this necklace, its victims,
and
the curse of the Sonic Shoe Medallion.
Hey, everyone's got a grip, dog. Paranormal secrets.
Now, before we get into what this Sonic Shoe Medallion is, let's first talk about its creator, Chris Chan.
That guy.
Who has been an online video maker for many years.
A lol cow.
He has had a pretty rough life dealing with the disability of autism.
That's not Chris's problem. It's not the autism. It's his ego. Just like it's with Kobe.
Him with struggles of
that
finding
doesn't help
love,
a lot.
getting a girlfriend, and growing an online fan base.
And becoming a woman.
All of these struggles, though, can unfortunately cause one to mentally and emotionally spiral down to the point where it lowers one's vibration to a
vibrations? Oh no. I'm sorry, I'm pausing so much.
Tracked in unwanted dark forces and energies.
I love how this is seen as a legit curse, yeah.
Throughout the early 2000s,
shirt.
putting his disability on display for all to see attracted a huge amount of trolls that teased him, tormented him, and even tricked him and catfished him into doing embarrassing stunts on him.
Oh, look at that beautiful image. Oh, what's he doing there, chat? What's he possibly doing right there? I'm not gonna say he's dressed as Mr. Popo. You can say that. You could say what it really is, but you know.
Camera. These things would only cause more emotional spiraling, which can certainly open the door to even more dark forces entering into one's life. Not only did Chris have to deal with his own demons, but also the demons of everyone else attacking him that only sought
his own
pleasure
father,
from his
a
downfall.
demon.
Over the last decade, Chris Chan has succumbed to a downfall leading to weird acts, physical changes, gender changes, and then
God. Oh my God. Ain't no saying with a fiddle.
And then in 2021, his demons got the best of him when he admitted to sexually taking advantage of his mother, who had dementia. He was then arrested and sent to jail for his crime.
And escaped.
So how does the Sonic Shoe necklace now play into all this?
Well, the guy
Well,
in the
before
hands of
making
Nick
internet
Rekieta.
videos, Chris Chan created a character called Sonic Shoe. This is the
Why do you say it like that? Sonic Shoe.
result of character mashing.
Also, hey, irate gamer Chris, you know, love the fact you're using that stock music, bruh. It's the best.
Pikachu with Sonic the Hedgehog together into
Hey, I'm sure
one
you're more
character.
popular than, you know.
He loved his creation
me.
so
At least
much
he got probably more
that he
subscribers,
made a
but,
necklace
you know,
of Sonic
viewers,
Shoe
but
that he
I
could
don't
wear
know.
around his neck during
Don't hit me, bro.
videos.
I'm sharing your
2014, Chris Chan started creating a limited number of Sonic Shoe necklaces that he could sell to the public.
video. Which all are cursed because he put a bit of his semen in them.
These necklaces were made by his hands. One can't help but wonder if each of these medallions were somehow imbued with all the dark demons surrounding him at the time, and in case...
What is this stock footage? Where did you get this? Yeah, Ramen, you definitely got to put some of these in the area so I can watch them with Porky. He'll love these things.
Into each
It's
Sonic
not going to be
Shoe
for the next
necklace.
one, and it won't be for a few coming up, but in the
After all,
future,
we do
100% we're
find
watching
in
some of
Judaic
these.
mysticism that they believe that any energy put into an item made by you will be stored into that item.
Well, he'd probably
so
put
could
cum
these
in
Sonic
them too,
Chew
so-
medallions actually be cursed by the very demons that haunted Chris Chan? Well, let's look at the evidence here. 2015.
Oh,
YouTube
look who it is! It's a Canadian.
iDubbbz was gifted with a Sonic Chew medallion, which he unboxed and proceeded to put around his neck. Shortly thereafter, he suffered a series of weird circumstances, and
He was always a degenerate. Don't let people fool you.
and even caused him to almost lose 1 million
Cancer.
subscribers at one point. October 2023,
Rekieta
lawyer
Law.
Nick Rekieta received a package from an unknown sender. A Sonic Chew medallion was inside that he also put around his neck. 7 short months later, Nick began to show signs of odd health issues and behavior patterns.
He was already a degenerate in that way too. I hate to break it to people.
He was losing weight, falling asleep during live streams, turned to drinking and drugs, and was finally arrested that May. June 2024, Dick Masterson showcased a Sonic Chew necklace on his program, and mere hours after unveiling it to the world, the hosts almost got into a car wreck.
Oh, fucking Ralph. Well, Chris, buddy, I hate to break it to you, but a lot of these people were never good people. So, you know, they've accused bad things already happened.
July
The fucking battalion.
2024, Ethan Ralph held up a Sonic Chew medallion.
Oh my god.
Which could have caused a Category 5 hurricane to spring up and head towards the exact location where he...
What? Oh my god. Oh my god, Chris, buddy. No, that's weather. Okay.
lives, and the news keeps calling it unprecedented. Alright, so that last one might be a little far-fetched, but...
Oh, thanks that you admit it. I'm glad you did, bud, because it would seem really, really strange otherwise. Like, no, I think it's legit real.
You can't dismiss the sheer oddity that is following the owners of these medallions.
But not really. No, Chris, buddy, I hate to break it to you. I know you want to believe the curse is real. It's not. These people are already fucking degenerates, and this shit just caught up with them. It doesn't matter they got Chris's necklace at that point. I can understand the coincidences of what that seems, but it's not. These people just eventually got their
Especially when it comes to Nick Rekieta, because it was only late last year when he looked like a pretty healthy guy.
But he wasn't, though. He already had
Now
his
he looks
drug
like
problem.
a totally different person.
Well, that's because he's on crack.
Demonic beings are very capable of attacking in a way that sucks the life force from a person little by little over time. They're also able to influence a person to turn to vices like alcohol, which impairs...
But Nick was already a big drinker. He was already a big drinker way before that.
the brain, making their influence and hold on their victim even stronger.
Drink more.
And if you ask me, it looks like that's exactly what might be going on in this case. As for the Sonic Chew medallion itself, are they actually carrying a curse? Can the demons that brought down Chris Chan also be affecting and feeding off the new owners of these necklaces so that their lives are also falling apart?
Totally. How'd you know?
Only time will tell. And one day, I do hope to inspect one of these necklaces for myself to get down to the bottom of the truth.
Oh, so then you'll be affected, huh? Okay, good. Moving on. Totally real.
September is here, and that
Frog
means
listen,
it's
obviously.
time
Let's get
to
that
sign
guy
up
straight.
for a library card. Visit your local library and see why students of all ages have applied.
The library's got a lot of books.
Genocide.
I like the ones about history.
The library offers additional resources, including high-speed computers with access to the web.
The computers here make it
Like the
really easy to do all
Columbine
my
mod.
homework.
Well, no.
So I can study, I don't know, photography, music.
Advanced pyrotechnics, firearm techniques, crowd control.
Chesterfield County is proud to present an entire world of knowledge to its students. Apply for a library card today and explore it all in a safe, peaceful environment.
I like it here. The cafeteria is really noisy. Maybe one day it will be quiet like this.
Wow.
If you were to enter the back rooms, a few things would be applied. Firstly, you would have a 25% chance of turning into an entity. Secondly, you would no more. I'm not doing this anymore. Well, it seems we're in a song now. Fuck! Back. Ha, psych! Okay, well, you're starting to act a POP. Okay, well, I'm going to crack out. You pop. You pop. Like seriously. Oh, I hate Jersey Club! Oh, fuck. I'm not very fond of bops. I'm seriously going to crash out.
Thank you for that, Ramen. You know what time it is.
Representing the pit team, Lauren the Animal Fogel.
Woo! He's getting there, don't worry.
Continue the action. Lauren the Animal Fogel, the veteran. We've seen here plenty of times before, a familiar face to you all.
Wow.
In fact, there's probably a lot of parts of the movie.
Yes. Well, you know, she's on a 6-fight winning streak. We got to see her get back to back wins.
Back to back wins.
What a
baby.
killer streak that she's on. What a dominant force. And this fight, this was a tough one for Fogel. Originally, this fight was supposed to be Sarah Brooks taking on a newcomer, Shakira Lady Sosa. Sosa got injured training in Baltimore, so Fogel was inked last minute. However, Brooke quit when she went because she didn't want to have a rematch with Fogel because last time they fought, the last 2 times she lost.
I can't blame her. I can't be honest with you.
So the only person that steps up is her opponent that we're going to see in a second, MJ, the Dominator Domino.
Yeah, some styles make fight. Sometimes certain athletes just have your number. It's maybe not working to go back out there.
Representing the black team, MJ, the Dominator Domino.
There she is.
MJ, the Dominator Domino, making her MMA debut tonight.
Wow.
My goodness, she strikes an impressive figure. She makes her way to the ring here in lingerie fight camp 35. You can't read me, the Dominator.
Look at all those tats.
Looking a little more exciting to me than Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
Dominator. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Sorry, Dominic, but I like this Dominator better.
I'm telling you. What?
Wait a minute, we watched this one. That line was familiar. Sorry, chat. No, we're actually gonna move past this one. We have seen this one before. That line just took me like, I think we have seen this actual video before. It's a little old. I wasn't sure. That line made me think we actually had. So moving on from it. I know you're so disappointed. Anyway, Strog sent this in. Nobody wants to die.
Having a goal is better than inactivity.
Oh boy.
An alternative to focusing on the symptoms and the memories. I'm 120 years old, and I don't have any strength left to keep recalling the past.
Noir?
You're a goddamn departmental legend.
Legend, huh?
More like cautionary tale.
I need access.
Do you think I don't know why the chief put you on restricted duty?
No doubt about it, this case smells worse than a 2-week-old corpse in a storm drain.
Can I ask you something personal? Do you believe in life after death? Well, apparently in the past, people used to ask stuff like that all the time.
Because the average lifespan was less than 100 years.
And now, can we believe in anything beyond this? What if you could choose the bank or death?
Word of gunshots in Central Park! The crowd is panicking!
Sarah, you there?
All those innocent souls. I will find you.
James? No, please.
Take you apart piece by piece. Who are you?
I've lost visual.
You should be thanking me.
It could, yeah. 100% that reminded me of Observer. Though Rutger Hauer is really good in that game. That was his last role, I believe, before he died, was voicing the main character for that, and also being the model for it, obviously, of course. Look at this classic gem Ramen sent us. CGI. Best quality of this, by the way.
Gwimbly, welcome to my creamed corn factory. Might I interest you in a free sample?
Probably got him.
No! This tin can cannot contain me forever! We'll meet again, Gwimbly!
Oh, you've done it, Gwimbly! You've saved the creamed corn factory!
Thank God.
Yes, well, I couldn't have done it without help from you, Mr. Millipede. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
We go. Next
okay,
video.
I finally got around to doing that video on that time America launched a manhole cover in outer space.
I'm going to speed this up slightly, Tetsuya, because it's over 21 minutes long. I would also say the fact that I will be showing the other video you put in tomorrow for Darkroom, so be sure to everyone to tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for that video. That is from Good Bad Flicks. It's about disaster shows. We will get to that next time, tomorrow, like I said. And let me interact with this to speed this up to 1.25 speed. Here we go. And let's go.
The nuclear bomb, and it turns out that's actually
I know why you put it. I saw
parts of the story, because America also dropped a nuclear bomb on top of 6 people to prove that nukes were safe.
Yeah, really did.
Today we're talking about Operation Plum Bob. The professional way to explain it would be to say that it is a bunch of nuclear testing that was carried out by the United States government in the late 1950s in the deserts of Nevada. However, in reality, it is more akin to the United States government dicking off with nuclear warheads in the desert, like they were a bunch of rednecks on 4th of July with fireworks.
That's right.
Who shoot fireballs at?
But first, a word from our sponsor.
Oh, Nicholas.
Yeah. Is this my Father's Day present?
Well, I do have a surprise for you.
That's his wife.
Our credit cards are maxed out.
Wow.
We need to fix it. I'd like to go shopping.
This video is brought to you by Henson's Shaving. Okay, here's the deal. Henson's is a family-owned machine shop that makes parts for the aerospace industry. There's literally parts on the Mars rover that these guys made, and one day they woke up and they're like, hey, we're just gonna make the most precise safety razor on the market. And this is it. This is all they sell. It comes in aluminum or titanium. If you want to pay extra, it comes with a little stand. And then they also sell the razor blades, so you have a one-stop shop. Not because their razor blades are proprietary, because this thing will take any shaving razor blade on the market. You don't have to buy their proprietary cartridge. You don't have to sign up for their monthly delivery thing. No, you buy this one time, and then you can put any 5-cent razor in it and shave for the rest of your life. life. So the product itself is fantastic, but more importantly, the company is awesome because every time a YouTuber does an ad like this, they get sent a little media packet full of talking points, what to say, what not to say, and so on. Now, I'm not supposed to disclose this, but the brief that I got for Henson's basically said there is no script, do whatever you want, we trust you. Also, in the first paragraph, they said this, quote, if for whatever reason you don't get a good shave with our product, please let us know. If we can't help you, then don't endorse us. We think we've made one of the very best razors in the world. If you disagree, we'd rather not ask you for a non-genuine endorsement. So the razor's great, and this is the type of company that you actually want to give your money to. I'm gonna have a link for them down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, Operation Plum Bob takes place in 1957. There was a total of 29 nuclear explosions, and they were testing all kinds of different stuff. They had biomedical testing going on with pigs, seeing how radiation affected them and at what distance. Then they were covering the pigs with blankets, seeing what materials blocked the radiation, what materials didn't. They also conducted experiments on 18,000 U.S. service members, basically having them dig a trench off in the distance and hide in it while they detonated a nuclear warhead to see how they held up. And then they had different buildings and structures built out of different materials, trying to see which building materials blocked radiation the best and which ones blocked them the worst. Now, when this started, all the bombs that were being detonated off the top of a tower or from a high-altitude weather balloon. They were just detonating nuclear warheads into the open atmosphere. What could possibly go wrong, right? And the important context here is that it's 1957. The world became aware of nuclear weapons 12 years prior at the end of World War II, and a couple years after that, the USSR had their own nuclear weapons. We are well off into the Cold War, and nuclear hysteria is at an all-time high. So by this point in time, the American general public doesn't just understand that nuclear weapons make a really big boom, they also, to some degree, also understand radiation and nuclear fallout. So everybody kind of understands what's going on at this point. I mean, they've even got cartoon turtles teaching kids what to do in case a nuclear bomb gets dropped near them. So naturally, when everybody finds out the government is strapping nukes to balloons and blowing them up in the desert, there's quite a bit of concern, you know, like, hey, maybe that's a bad idea. And then everybody finds out this is actually how the government's planning on protecting them from a nuclear strike from the Soviet Union by taking one of our nukes and blowing up the Soviet nuke in the sky right above everybody's heads. Ladies and gentlemen, the Genie air-to-air missile. Okay, you gotta remember, this is the 1950s. There's no intercontinental ballistic missile that can reach from the Soviet Union into America yet. So this means that the only nuclear strike risk really comes from Soviet bombers flying into America and dropping their bombs. So we gotta be ready to shoot down these planes, right? Obviously. Problem, again, it's the 1950s. There's no sophisticated anti-air systems yet, okay? There's not really any air-to-air missiles that our fighter jets can shoot accurately. So the going theory was that we're going to use this nuclear fucking missile and shoot it at an entire formation of Soviet planes and blow all of them up at once. Genius! Okay, and on a rudimentary level, this makes complete sense, right? If you can't be accurate, you increase the margin of error. If you're not good with shooting a pistol, maybe grab a shotgun, it's easier to hit your target. However, what they've went and done with the Genie missile might be a little bit of overkill, because what they've essentially said is, well, I'm not very accurate with air-to-air missiles for shooting down planes, so instead I've opted to create a spawn point for the fucking sun. So naturally, now everybody's absolutely terrified, and the government's like, guys, calm down. It's gonna be completely fine. There's no, you know what? I'll just prove it to you. Give me 5 volunteers and a camera guy, but don't tell him what he's doing. On July 19th, 1957, the United States government detonated a Genie air-to-air nuclear missile with a 1.5 kiloton warhead directly above the heads of 5 U.S. service members that volunteered to be there, and a camera guy that was not informed of what he was doing until a couple hours beforehand.
I'm out. What? You cannot pull out of this. I'm pulling out. You're way too deep to pull out. I'm pulling out. No, you're not. You're leaving it in. I've been pulling out for years, son.
And in your head, you're probably picturing like 5 dudes in hazmat suits with a welding mask on. No, it's literally 5 bros in their military uniforms standing in the middle of the desert with no glasses, making direct eye contact with a nuclear explosion while one of them is holding a sign that says Ground Zero, Population 5, because that shit's funny.
We felt a heat pulse, a very bright light. A fireball, it is red, the sky looks black about it. It is boiling above us there. It is rapidly losing its color, there is the ground wave. It is over, folks. It is tremendous, directly above our heads. It went!
Okay, now let's just take a minute and appreciate the fact that you've probably just witnessed the most testicular fortitude ever captured on camera. Secondly, let's also admire the fact that the sign that says Ground Zero, Population 5 is not only funny at face value, but it's hilarious that they only counted the 5 of them in the camera and not the cameraman himself, because even back in 1957, they knew that the cameraman never dies.
I'm actually like Frodo Baggins.
And out of respect for them being, to the best of my knowledge, the only 6 people that have ever volunteered to have a nuclear warhead dropped directly above their foreheads, I'm going to go ahead and read their names off. The cameraman's name is George Yoshitake, and the 5 service members are as follows.
Oh, he's Japanese, huh? Well, clearly he was a spy.
Major John Hughes, Major Norman Bodinger, and Don Luttrell. Apparently, the cameraman, Mr. Yoshitake, had filmed a bunch of other nuclear tests in the past, and he thought that this was going to be no different than all the other ones, you know, where he's miles and miles away just filming a mushroom cloud, and he didn't know that they were going to be dropping the bomb directly above him until like a couple hours beforehand, and he was already there. After arriving to the test site, he was was briefed on what was going to go down, and according to him, he was pretty much completely unfazed. He did not care at all, and he was 100% game to partake in this experiment, which I think we can all agree is gangster as fuck.
This is what I picture.
What did you picture?
I walk in there like a fucking gangster.
And then he goes on to live a normal life until he passed away in 2013 at the age of 84. And the other 5 service members that were also involved in this experiment all lived full, happy lives. As far as I could tell, the youngest any of them passed away was 71, and the rest of them all lived into their 70s. And while it's great that they were all okay, the PR stunt itself wasn't really that effective because the general public wasn't swayed very much by it. They still wanted them to stop blowing up nuclear bombs all the time. So finally, the US government's like, fine, we'll stop blowing up so many bombs in the desert. And the American people are like, and above the desert in the atmosphere. Okay, fine. And above the desert in the atmosphere. And in the ocean. Fine, we won't detonate nuclear bombs in the ocean either. And that is the story of how nuclear testing finally came to an end. No, I'm just kidding. The government then decided to opt for the loophole, and they were going to bore a 500-foot deep hole in the middle of the desert so that they could blow up a nuke underground, because nobody would be mad, because people were only mad about on the surface, in the atmosphere, and in the ocean. Surely, blowing one up underground wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? I mean, what could go wrong?
Everything.
What are you doing? I already did the ad.
Delete Me's gonna do every episode from now on.
Really?
Yeah.
Another
Wait,
ad?
how much are they paying?
Don't worry about it.
Anyways, you guys know the deal by now. It's pretty straightforward. You give Delete Me money, they turn around and they make sure the data brokers on the internet aren't selling your personal information, and after they get it all taken down initially, they continue to monitor it and make sure nobody else starts selling it in the future. So if you're interested, I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's keep going. I mean, I'm not an overly smart guy or an explosions expert or anything, but I mean, off the top of my head, I've got some concerns. Primarily, I've seen the cinematic masterpiece Armageddon, where Bruce Willis convinced me that a bunch of dudes that work on an oil rig are easier to train to be astronauts than teaching astronauts how to drill a fucking hole. I mean, that was the entire premise of the movie. Drill a hole, stick a nuke down it, blow the planet you're on in half. I understand 500 feet probably isn't deep enough for that to be realistic, but still, nothing good can come of this. You're gonna, like, piss off King Kong or unleash that Balrog thing that killed Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. Something bad is gonna happen. Now, luckily, they're not planning on detonating a nuclear warhead in this hole. They're just planning on blowing one up. And what I mean by that is the premise of this experiment was basically, remember, we're worried about the USSR bringing bombers, planes, and dropping a nuclear bomb on America. And we're planning on shooting those USSR bombers down. Essentially, we're gonna blow up those planes that have a nuclear weapon on board. They wanna know what happens when you blow up a nuclear weapon with a conventional type bomb or missile, right? So they're gonna stick a nuclear warhead in the hole with another bomb, and they're gonna blow up the conventional bomb and see if that blows up the nuclear bomb as well, because we need to know that. And the going theory is that the nuke is not going to explode because nuclear bombs have to be set off in a very particular way, and if they don't get set off in that exact way, there's safety measures that are actually supposed to kill the nuke rather than set it off. But that's all theoretical, and there's only one real way to actually test it, right? You're gonna back up, grab a camera, yell World Star, and see what happens. So that's exactly what they do. July 26, 1957, they have the first underground nuclear test ever, known as Pascal A. Takes them all day to set it up. They gotta lower the device down this hole, they get everything ready, then on top of the hole, you know, in case the nuclear bomb does go off, they lower a 5-foot thick slab of concrete that weighs thousands and thousands of pounds, and then on top of the hole, they have some kind of lid. I'm not sure what material it was, they didn't say, but sitting on top of the lid, there was a bunch of sensing equipment, because remember, they're not expecting a big explosion, they're expecting a really small explosion, and they want to get as much data from it as possible, so they have like sensors and cameras aiming down the hole through this lid. And I will now let the head scientist in charge, Bob Brownlee, take the story from here, and I quote, "They finally got it down the hole, by my recollection, about 10 o'clock at night or so. There wasn't much time to go back to Mercury, go to bed, get up the next morning and shoot it, so somebody said, why don't we just shoot it now and then go in? And it was the world's finest Roman candle, because at night it was all visible. Blue fire shot hundreds of feet into the air. Everybody was down in the area, and then they all jumped up, jumped in their cars, and drove like crazy, not even counting who was there and who came out of the area. So the safety equipment didn't work. The nuclear part went off, generating an explosion about 50,000 times bigger than they were anticipating. Apparently, the explosion was so large that seismic equipment from all over the world could sense this explosion. You know, seismic equipment being the shit they use to detect earthquakes. Another scientist that was present described it as, and I quote, "the biggest damn Roman candle you ever saw. It was beautiful. Big blue glow in the sky." And because of this, the United States government comes to the realization, okay, maybe underground nuclear testing isn't that great of it. I'm just fucking with you guys. They redid the exact same experiment like a month later, August 27th, 1957. And they didn't really change a whole lot about the experiment. They took the device, they stuck it down the hole, they put thousands of pounds of concrete directly on top of it, and then the only thing they did change was instead of whatever lid they were using before that they could like put sensors through and shit, they went and tried to control the explosion by getting a 2,000-pound manhole cover, and then they welded it shut over the top of the hole. They then took the best high-speed camera they could find and aimed it at the manhole cover because if the safety device failed again, whatever happens to the manhole cover was, and I quote, scientifically interesting, aka they're just doing Mythbusters shit with DOD money. So they detonate the bomb, the safety device fails, the nuclear portion goes off, and in hindsight, what happened is when you have a nuclear bomb go off with thousands of pounds of concrete directly on top of it, that concrete is instantly vaporized and turned into gas, and then that gas is also instantly superheated, and superheated gas expands a lot, and this is an enclosed environment because they welded the manhole cover shut. If you're not picking up what I'm putting down, the scientists just inadvertently turned the planet into a fucking potato gun and launched this 2,000-pound manhole cover, presumably into outer space.
Holy fuck.
So all the scientists, being bros, start asking the question that everybody wants the answer to. How fast do you think that manhole cover was going? So they go to the high-speed camera. Okay, this camera is taking 1 frame per 1,000th of a second. Okay, it's a lot of fucking pictures. The manhole cover appears in one singular frame, and that is it. So because it was only captured by a single frame and not multiple frames, they can't calculate how far it was traveling over a period of time. So all they can calculate is the minimum speed that it would have to be going to only be captured by a single frame in the span of the camera shot. And the calculation they came up with was that manhole cover was moving at least 150,000 miles an hour. That is Mach 195. It is 195 times faster than the speed of sound. And the best part about all this is that this happened prior to Sputnik 1, meaning that if this manhole cover made it into outer space, it was the first man-made object to ever make it into outer space. It didn't make it into outer space. It would have burnt up in the atmosphere just like meteorites do. Oh shit, you're right. I completely forgot that every single meteorite that's ever come into the Earth's atmosphere is burnt up completely and never actually makes it to the ground. I'll be right back. I've got to go tell all the dinosaurs to stand up and quit being babies because clearly they're exaggerating.
Got him.
Guys are dead. This is completely different from a meteorite for multiple reasons. For one, a meteorite's never been made out of 2,000 pounds of refined steel. For two, a meteorite's moving at about 30,000 miles an hour when it collides with the Earth's atmosphere. This thing's moving at 150,000 miles an hour, and space is only 62 miles up, okay? This thing made it to outer space in a second. Even friction was like, what the fuck was that? Thirdly, the collision with the atmosphere is nothing like a meteorite, right? A meteorite is a rock traveling through the vacuum of outer space with no other forces acting upon it, and it collides with Earth's atmosphere, and then it gets slowed down and it gets burnt up, okay? The manhole cover isn't just moving at 150,000 miles an hour through the atmosphere. It is being propelled by a channeled nuclear explosion with all of the gases, aka the atmosphere behind it, also moving 150,000 miles an hour in the same direction.
Yes, science!
Okay, and just to be clear, I'm not saying that I'm correct. I'm simply saying I'm incredibly ill-equipped to answer this question accurately, and no offense, but there's about a 99.999% chance that you are too. So my verdict in regards to this manhole cover is going to be that it's still up in the air.
Space.
It's a horrible dad joke. I'm sorry. Moving on. Now, fast forward. Nuclear testing continued both underground, above ground, and in the atmosphere until 1963, when they signed a treaty with the Soviet Union and Great Britain that the only nuclear testing allowed was going to be underground. Now, fast forward again a couple of decades, and people's concerns over atmospheric nuclear bomb detonations turned out to be 100% legitimate because a ton of people ended up having elevated risks of cancer. Both the 18,000 soldiers that were present at Operation Plum Bob had highly elevated likelihoods of developing leukemia and thyroid cancer, as well as thousands of civilians that were living in towns near the test sites. And I know what you're thinking. How come those people got cancer, but the guys that literally stood underneath a nuclear bomb as it was detonated didn't? Well, the way that nuclear radiation works is that it dissipates pretty quickly over like 2 to 3 days, and then it's completely gone. Which is why like all the old videos and protocols telling you what to do in case of a nuclear attack always told you, you know, duck and cover from the initial blast wave and then make your way inside and stay inside for like a week. After that, the radiation is decayed enough that it shouldn't hurt you. So the guys that were exposed to that bomb directly overhead were exposed to it for presumably 10, 15 minutes before they dipped and left, whereas a lot of these soldiers were exposed to repeated nuclear explosions over and over again, or these towns, the explosions would go up into the atmosphere and the radiation would be caught in the wind, and it would just carpet these towns with radiation for days over and over and over again over the course of years, hundreds of nuclear detonations exposing these people to radiation. Now, fast forward like 3 decades to 1990, the United States government, with its infinite charity and outstanding moral compass, finally decides that they're going to pass the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, where they're going to pay these people that were wrongfully exposed to radiation due to their negligence. If you got cancer and you could prove that it was because of them, they would go ahead and they would give you $75,000 in one lump sum if you were a soldier on the ground, or if you were an innocent civilian just living your life in a town miles and miles away, they would give you $50,000. There's no other legal course that you could take. You can't sue them for more. You can't reject it. Just, here's what I'm going to give you. Fuck off.
Oh, that sounds like a really good deal. How about I give you the finger?
Okay, just so we're on the same page with this, the United States government takes your tax money, whether you want it to or not. You don't get an option. They're taking your money, okay? They then turned that money into radiation that they used to poison Americans with and give them cancer. Then, 30 years after the fact, they decided, you know what? We should make things right by giving the people that survived this long and can actually prove it was our fault, we'll give them like 50 grand. Bear in mind, that 50 grand is also money that was tax money that they took. So they took your money, used it to poison you, and then to pay you off, they gave you some of your money back.
I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
Can you understand how absolutely crazy that is? Imagine somebody walked up to somebody on the street and was like, hey, give me all the money in your wallet, or I'm going to throw you in a cage for years against your will. And you're like, okay, and you give them all the money in your wallet. They turn around, they go buy brass knuckles, come back, and then punch you in the face with the brass knuckles that they just bought with your money. And then they look down at you and they're like, oh, I really hurt you, my bad. And then they get into your pocket, find another $20 bill, pull that $20 bill out of your pocket, and then hand it back to you to pay you off for punching you in the face.
It's never too early to learn that the government is a greedy piglet that suckles on a taxpayer's teat until they have sore, chapped nipples.
I gotta end this video. I feel radicalized. In conclusion, this has been the story of 6 crazy bastards that volunteered to have a nuclear bomb detonated directly above their head, and that time that America may have accidentally launched a manhole cover into outer space, potentially becoming the first man-made object ever, and that time that the US government poisoned tens of thousands of people with radiation, giving them cancer, and basically had no consequences for it whatsoever. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at FatElectrician.com. Quack bang out.
All right, next spooky video. Let's go right to it.
Government giving people cancer with
yeah, it's true. They did.
The Andes mountain range. Known for being the longest mountain chain in the world, it runs along the Pacific coast of South America, connecting the warm lands of Colombia, passing through the Peruvian highlands, the Bolivian plateau, and the frigid territories shared by Chile and Argentina. This vast expanse is inhospitable to most forms of life on the planet. In the southernmost region of the Andes, 3 Argentine mountaineers passionate about adventures in the icy heights of South America embarked on an expedition to an old dam in Laguna Negra in 2008. This enormous engineering project was part of a construction plan initiated in 1965 as a way to boost Argentina's economy and harness the water resources provided by such a mountain range. However, as suspected even at the time due to the emerging crisis in the country, the project halted just after a quarter of the main structures were completed. Thus, the idea of a large water reservoir in the Andes faded into oblivion, not mentioned in any governmental or regional records for many decades thereafter. There were also rumors in the 1960s that the real reason the activities were halted was the death of 12 workers under circumstances that were never fully clarified. On one hand, it became popular in the area that the indigenous people had cursed them for interfering with a natural sanctuary, transforming them into wild creatures that would turn to stone in the cold. On the other hand, the version that was attempted to be concealed related to severe safety shortcomings. Although records are scarce, some incidents provide clues that might clarify the matter. To this day, very few mountaineers have documented their expeditions due to the challenging weather conditions. While the altitude might not seem to be an issue, the temperature appears to fluctuate in an atmospheric bubble over Laguna Negra, with infrequent frosts recorded during summer periods. Additionally, the difficulty in obtaining medical assistance in case of emergencies made this location emphatically not recommended by the national government. The story of the expedition carried out by the DeLuca brothers is the best documented to date and has been an invaluable source for understanding the current state of the dam ruins. Starting their journey at dawn, the brothers arrived at Laguna Negra, where they encountered the tallest building in the area. It was the central office, intended to be the first structure in place to better organize the rest of the work. By 2008, the DeLuca brothers found the concrete masses intact. The pre-dawn photographs were taken at nearly 10 degrees Celsius below zero. According to each of them, the cold inside the main building seemed even more intense. Interestingly, although the thermometers showed that temperature, the perceived cold was so significantly different that at one point, the brothers considered turning back and returning with better equipment. As the minutes passed and they left the large building, they decided to explore the surrounding mountainous areas, hoping to find some ruins of the dam offices. However, it didn't take them long to come across some unusual holes that seemed to lead into the depths of the Andes Mountains. These holes reflected depths of hundreds of meters or more. The most peculiar characteristic was their reddish hue, accompanied by a viscous substance that, despite the extremely low temperature, showed no signs of having undergone any freezing process. Around 10 in the morning, with the sun already above the horizon and the temperature considerably higher, the brothers ventured once again into the large abandoned building. They spent a good amount of time exploring some of the underground areas. The interior of the hallways had an ominous appearance. It was strange for the brothers to encounter such old, half-finished constructions that had not been vandalized. The cleanliness of the walls made it seem as if the building had been abandoned only a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, this is funny,
However,
Nathan.
that peaceful and quasi-bucolic expedition did not last long. Under the structural pillars of the building, in the underground areas, they found what appeared to be caterpillars petrified in subtle layers of ice. But these were at least 20 to 30 times larger. Their hyperdevelopment was something never seen before and a completely unexpected encounter. If that wasn't enough, there were also other supposed creatures beneath the building, crystallized with enormous legs, bizarre hairiness, and terrifying contortions. The layers of ice covering them were not too thick, so they could easily melt with temperatures typical of a summer heat wave. Intrigued by this discovery, they decided to return a few days later to gather more evidence about the creatures they had found beneath the building. To date, they had not found any reliable source regarding explorations that mentioned animals with such characteristics in such climatic conditions. An article written in 1999 by the professor of archaeology at the University of La Plata, Cristian Lombardo, was the only document that gave them a clue about what they might have found. From this article, they highlighted the following passage. 20 to 30 million years ago, during the period we refer to as the early Miocene, the colossal formation of the Andean mountain range took an immense amount of time to emerge due to the subduction of the Nazca Plate beneath the South American plate. Therefore, it is highly feasible to find fossils of living beings even in the 20th century. Given the enormous technological limitations and the natural difficulty of accessing a remote, highly dangerous, and hostile climate zone, it is likely that we have yet to discover species that complete evolutionary series. Moreover, the extremely low temperatures and the unique atmospheric conditions of certain areas make it plausible that extremophile life forms could develop there. It is exceedingly complex for us to ascertain any concrete characteristics regarding their appearance and development. Although extremophiles are typically known for their microscopic sizes, those in the Andes could exceed several meters in length, albeit at the cost of reduced mobility and extremely slow vital activity. The De Luca brothers continued their exploration north of Laguna Negra, towards a plain where the terrain allowed for easier access. They were greatly surprised to find creatures with similar characteristics to those found beneath the main building of the dam.
Oh, damn.
However, these were not covered in layers of ice and exhibited a mobility that, although barely perceptible, allowed them to crawl a few meters. Their main visible feature was large openings, suspected to be orifices for interacting with the outside environment. Some conical formations resembled what could be thought of as rudimentary teeth.
After. So I'd let you know. Actually, I think I'll wait till we're done with the spooky part so I can get Zach Baggins off the screen. I'll wait just a minute. I said I was going to feed Sasha though because she's climbing all over
In
stuff
2008, the brothers uploaded a video to YouTube showcasing their exploration in the northern mountains, where they seem to have interacted with these peculiar creatures. Given that the only evidence consists of a few screenshots, it is unclear how they moved and what kind of interaction occurred. Furthermore, the brothers did not document this event beyond that video and its description, which is now considered lost internet material.
Lost media. Be lost media then.
If you'd like early access to my YouTube videos, you can support
Zach Baggins off the screen, Menology. We'll get past this video, and then it's not anything recent. He didn't upload till 3 days ago, so you know what that means. He didn't cover, you know what happened. So you have this instead. This is MSNBC being unhinged like they always are. Easter egg of white nationalism, so fucking stupid.
I know that there was not the same red meat sort of blood and soil nationalism that you might hear in, I don't know, other parallel universe Republican conventions.
What?
But I do think there were some sort of Easter eggs of white nationalism in this
God, these people.
speech. One of the things that stuck out to me was when he started talking about what America is. He said, America is not just an idea. It is a group of people with a shared history and a common future.
Yeah, a lot of us that... Hey, by the way, a lot of those people that you think are white nationalists, they believe in this country. They're not white at all.
The thing about America is that it's not a group of people with shared history. In fact, I think a lot of people would argue it's quite the opposite. It's a lot of people with different histories, different heritage.
So? They still share a history together, you dumb cunt.
His in-laws don't share the history.
Exactly, and that's the other piece of it. He goes on, he went a long sort of a paragraph at least about this plot in eastern Kentucky where his 7 or 6 generations of his family are buried, and his hope is that his wife and he are eventually laid to rest there, and their kids follow them. And I sort of understand the idea of sharing the burial plot, but it also it reveals someone who believes that the history that the family should inherit, and indeed the history that should be determinative in the story of the Vance family, is the history of the Eastern Kentucky Vances, and not the Vances from San Diego, which is where his wife is from and where her Indian parents are from. But in America, it doesn't always have to be the white male lineage that trumps that defines the family
you had to.
history.
You had to do it, you unhinged cunt.
Of the tree
oh, there's Rachel
supersedes all
Maddow. Richard
else.
Maddow there.
And I just think the construction of this notion reveals a lot about someone who fundamentally believes in the supremacy of whiteness and masculinity. And it's couched in a sort of halcyon...
Kamala, please save me.
In, revisitation of his roots, but it is actually really revealing about what he thinks matters and who America is. And that America is a place for people with a shared Western background.
And that old white guy there feels all the guilt, I'm sure.
That is the idea of America. That is the nation of America that he wants to resurrect.
What a bitch.
For real. Fuck that cunt. Anyway, I'll be back.
Deep fried Snickers? Oh.
You want to do a deep fried Snickers? We can do that. We could technically do that.
Let's do it. Why not?
I was thinking drink, but okay.
Deep fried is winning a bit still.
Okay, let's see. Guys, we're about to end this poll. And deep fried Snickers has pulled it off.
It's actually very delicious.
Is it though? Is it very delicious?
Yes, I finished my glass and I poured another one and then you dumped it out.
I like that one. That's
I
one.
might put it to the side so I'm not continuously eating.
No, go ahead.
All right,
please.
if you say so.
Don't feel. Let's take 5.
Take 5. They're chocolate bars.
Dude, my boy, who's a huge Trump supporter, is going off on my phone right now.
Is he watching it?
Yeah, he's going like, Sky, these assholes just put Trump in the White House. They don't know what's in waiting for him. I'm like, okay.
Damn. My lord, what are you saying?
I've never really watched it, but I know what you're talking about. So we can just drop this in. We can drop this in. We can coat this in pancake.
With the wrapper on?
No. You can take the wrapper off, darling.
Darling,
the wrapper will come off. So we can take it, we can coat it in my pancake mix, you see? Like so. We can get that down in there, get that nice and covered. And then we're gonna make some magic, homeboy.
Dave, are you from Australia?
Do you believe in magic? Get that properly covered? Oh yeah. Wait, okay, Lex, watch out, cause this shit is hot as fuck. All right, just make sure I need it all over it, you see? You ideally want to do this with a stick.
Okay.
Now we're sticking it.
We are sticking.
Got the stick.
It's more common than you would think. Because, she used to do your work because her daughter had a crush on me, and since her husband at the time was in the military, she invited me over and did the deed. Well,
Damn,
and you still talk to this woman?
Yeah.
All right.
What's her name?
What's her name? Yeah.
Don't say the name. Don't do it.
Don't say her name.
yeah. Just to be safe.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this stove ain't even on and this cooking. It's just a hot dog oilers.
Looks like a corn dog.
It kind of is the corn dog.
Kind of.
Yeah, look at that, homeboy.
Just
Look
a
at that.
chocolatey little surprise.
Homeboy, check that out. Wow. Check that out, homeboy. Okay.
Nice.
I know what it look like.
Like a corn dog.
Lexi, tell us a fun fact about you that we wouldn't expect to know. I used to longboard. That's not very exciting. Everyone's like, yeah, Stephanie, you have crickets over there?
Ah, this one's perfect, guys. Look at that. All right.
Oh boy. The less healthy it is for you, the better. Ooh.
I mean...
All right, there you go, homeboy. Okay, here, you take the one in the front. I think that one's...
That's so big.
No, it just look like that. These are all the same size, just a Snicker.
Oh my God. That's ridiculous.
No funnel cake today. Deep fried Snickers it was.
Yeah, deep fried Snickers instead. Sorry.
We pivoted.
Yeah.
Back just in time for this.
It's
so I gotta say real quick before that, Sky has a son, which surprises me. But not only that, but his son is based. Hell yeah.
Lars, the Homeless Juggalo Show, starring Lars, the Homeless Juggalo.
What up, ninjas?
There
It's your
he
boy
is.
Lars here,
What up, Ninja?
joined once again by my good friend Pork and Beans. Say hi, Pork and Beans.
Wow.
Mute fuck.
You mute fuck.
Now you might be asking yourself, Lars, what are you doing sitting outside of a gas station at 8:45 in the morning? Well,
wow.
Your boy Lars is having a little bit of financial trouble right now.
Oop.
By which I mean our internet got shut off, and then on top of that, we got maybe 2 more days until our electricity gets cut off. So
Wow.
it's fundraising time, homie.
Wow.
Be on a brand
Whoop,
new
whoop.
Lars Wall of Fame next week, and if you want to see your name on it, hit the link to my Cash App below. Every little bit helps, homie. Much love.
Cash tag.
But enough about that, homie.
Tell
we
me
at the
about it,
gas
dog.
station, your boy Lars
ninja.
is feeling munchinable. So today,
Munchinable?
I'm going to show you how to make a bread pudding juggalo style,
Oh, boy.
using only the ingredients we find here
At a
our
gas
local
station?
gasseria.
Gasseria?
And our cup runneth
diarrhea.
over so many possibilities, and I'm still going to pick the worst possible combination.
Oh, he is. Well, thank God.
All right, we got $13
No, you worry
on our
for those
EBT
juggalos out
card.
there.
Let's make some fucking magic, homies.
Thank God he's doing better, Dream Master Bob.
First things first,
Worried.
grab you your trusty juggalo mixing bowl.
That's right there. Refresh.
Damn, homie, they
No
all out of
spray.
spite.
Damn, I am too.
Now, once you got your mixing bowl and you're all out of spite,
Get your
go ahead and get you that loaf
Get
of
you
bread.
some Wonder Bread. Oh, Toasters bread.
That's gonna hurt our bottom
He
line.
opened a Patreon for his cooking.
$1.99 for milk. Oh, will cruelty never cease?
That's $2.
These ain't going in the bread pudding, but you know.
We need some mints.
All
Keep
right, we
yourself,
got
you know,
milk,
funky fresh.
bread, and a 6-pack of the most expensive fucking eggs I've ever seen in my life. All that's left, homie, is some raisins.
Oh no.
And wouldn't you know
You don't
it,
need to
they
put
got
the
all this
raisins in. They'll ruin
motherfucking
the bread
candy,
pudding.
but
Don't
no
do it.
raisins, no raisinets, nothing that even has raisins in it. Okay, we're just gonna have to get something raisin-like.
No.
Fuck it.
M&M's.
You know, your boy Lars was wondering why everybody was giving him funny looks when he was walking around in the gas station
Look
earlier
at you.
making his purchases. I just realized there's a damn hole in my hat.
No, that's we both know that's not why people are giving you looks. Come on.
It's like the rat that lives in your car ate a hole in my hat, homie. Oh, that cheesy bitch. Here's a fun fact. Did you know Subway sells churros now? So if you walk up to them and you ask them extra nice to cinnamon sugar up your milk, they might just hook you up, homie.
Wow.
Now, the gas station manager has informed your boy Lars he is not allowed to bring his hot plate into the gas station and use the outlet to cook his dinner. So, me and Pork and Beans are going to have to go someplace else. But before we do that, it's time for everybody's favorite activity. Searching the parking lot for loose change to put in the gas tank.
Jeez.
What's that, Pork and Beans? You say you found something? What'd you find, boy? What'd you find? Oh, it's a box of treasures. Look at that. We got a new trusty Juggalo frying pan. That's what's up.
Ew.
What else we got in here? Oh, shit. It had a lid.
Oh shit, dog. Trash.
Well, we may not have made
treasure.
any money walking around the parking lot, but we did find some fine new kitchenwares. That's
God.
going to be real useful later. Hey, Did you do that?
That shit.
Man, there's some sick fucking birds in this part of town. Shit.
Wow.
Ooh, Cave of Wonders. I wonder what the fuck's back here. Is that a lawn
You're gonna find someone with a knife.
mower? Hey, we found a new lawnmower and a bunch of gloves. I'm still mad you wouldn't let me take the lawnmower, homie. I mean, for all we know, there could have been a couple of cents worth of gas in there. So they wouldn't let us film at the gas station, but fortunately, Pork and Bean's dad is perfectly okay with us filming in his driveway.
Thank God.
Oh boy, we've only been here a couple of seconds and one of the trailer park crackheads is eyeballing us. Oh, this ain't good.
Crack fight.
What's
Crack
up?
fight.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, we're filming a video. What are you up to?
I'm doing a video.
Uh-huh. You want to be in it? Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, it's a crackhead
I'm Larson
woman.
Juggalo. What's your name?
Kim.
Kim.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's Kim. I like Kim.
And she let me know that my baby's gonna get back.
About her cats.
Yeah, nothing I like worse than when some little bastard's running around snipping pussy he's not supposed to.
Got him.
That is right.
All right, guys, no more
Another turd.
distractions. It's time to cook.
Ew.
Sorry about the shit streaks. As you can see, we have our trusty Juggalo cooktop, Snow White edition, and of course, a power cable in which to steal / borrow power from said trailer. Pork and Beans, he won't hit you if you walk in there with that, so,
Oh.
Just don't spit on that part, okay? Ugh. All right, homies, while Pork and Beans siphons the necessary power to get our trusty Juggalo cooktop up and running, go ahead and start cracking in those expensive-ass eggs you bought at the gas station, like so. Homie, you were supposed to clean the fundaments before we left the gas station. You absolute piece of shit.
What is it?
I'm gonna slap you. All that fucking car and homeboy doesn't even have a damn rag.
Oh
It's
my
like your
God.
boy Lars is donating his shirt to the cause, baby.
Oh my
Look at them
God.
guns.
So this is where Boogie ended up, huh?
The bitches love it.
I need my Fago
There we go.
Keemstar.
That's clean enough.
It certainly is, dog.
The nice thing is there's enough oil left over in this motherfucker we don't have to grease the pan. All right,
Great.
Pork and Beans, go ahead and throw in our bread. In the pan, dipshit, not the car.
True, he isn't that great.
Now we
You're
just
right.
gotta add a little bit of our
You're right,
trusty
True Master Bob,
Juggalo
you're right.
elixir here. I don't know what to call that. That looks like a whole new element, homie.
Oh God.
We're just gonna go ahead and just kind of keep it moving and hope this fucking works.
Lord.
Oops, Pork. We almost forgot the raisins. Oh no, our raisins are melting. Moment of truth. Voila. We have done it, ninjas. We made that bread pudding Juggalo style.
It looks like shit.
Kind of looks like oatmeal.
Looks like fake shit.
I like oatmeal. But it doesn't smell too terrible.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm a little worried about that cookware we cooked in, but oh well. Cheers and beers, Juggalos and Juggalettes.
Is this how new diseases are made? And he doesn't. No,
you know,
not
at first
good.
I thought that was a good idea, but now I'm not thinking it is. Oh my God, my mouth is coated in oil.
Gross.
All right, Pork and Beans, eat your medicine.
Yeah, the Fauci cooking method. That's a no from me, dog.
What the hell is wrong with you? If you made it this far, thanks for watching. You're a true fan of the Lars the Juggalo Show, and we love you, homie. But in addition to donating to Cash App to get your name on the Wall of Fame, we have another prospective way that you can help us out here, homie. As you know, my good boy Pork and Beans draws all my t-shirts for me, and now he's taking commissions, homie.
Oh, shit.
If you're interested in having my homeboy draw some flavor of your own, check out Ducky Soar at Ducky Soar Draws or Ducky Soar at ProtonMail.com to get your commission in today.
Wow. You could do it, Chad.
Might as well go say goodbye to Kim.
Yeah.
Bye, Kim.
Bye, I'm the good guy.
Oh,
Bye,
you
I'm
have
a
a
good
good
guy.
day, Kim. Or at least try to.
I will.
I will.
Okay, she's talking about her cats again. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's leave. Wow. We're not playing the next video. There we go. Yeah, let's watch some salmon cooking that Cobra would be proud of.
I've been asking for a seafood dish.
Yo, DJ Bozak, I've heard that.
I don't get into it.
Dude, in Nashville, apparently. Is anybody in Nashville?
Guys, I'm mixing butter and garlic, okay, as Lexi tells a love story.
My love story.
I grab this little brush here, and I just paint my,
I'm not indecisive. I'm greedy. No.
You freaking are greedy, you greedy bastard. So guys, check this out. This is salt.
Kayla,
paprika.
I do tell guys, yeah.
Not looking at Fago and watching.
Garlic powder, brown sugar, Italian seasoning, okay? You mix that for me?
Be careful, I might overdo it.
Nice. Okay, let's see that. That's good, man. That's good. What are you doing, huh?
I don't know.
What are you doing, good? All right. So guys, we just going over this like this, you know what I mean? Trying to make it look like we know what we're doing. Okay. Man, this guy really knows what he's doing. No.
We know you don't.
No,
Okay.
I don't, baby. I don't. Okay? But it don't matter.
Well, I haven't really had that conversation much with them.
Okay.
We'll see what happens with this rice.
Oh, yeah. Is that boiling again? Oh, yeah. How long is it going for? That's good, that's good, that's good.
And up is tall
Okay,
to me.
let's check 15 minutes.
Boxing.
Okay, we gotta let it sit for a little bit.
Ooh, look at that.
And let's see what happens.
It's actually a pretty good deal for two.
It looks good.
La rice?
What does that mean?
There was a place
see
in the
two
town I live,
walruses go
now
at it?
that for a long time actually did sell Fago
Ed,
soda.
and Eddie.
But
Okay.
they don't anymore.
Okay. So you can pick it up.
Last time I went in there, checked it.
I'm probably peeling the skin.
A black fight and pillow fighting, yeah.
Soda. They had like a couple flavors actually. Funny thing.
All right, guys, check it out.
Get that where I live.
Nice.
I have had Fago.
Beautiful.
Okay. Stefan, how much you want? I don't know how it tastes, firstly, so.
Yeah, just give me a small piece.
Do you want me to tell you how it
yeah,
tastes?
Yeah, that's good.
I have a feeling it's gonna be really good. It smells really good.
But just because it smells good, don't mean it's going to taste good.
Make it okay?
That's right.
Yeah, that's good. That's so good.
I like it.
I love it.
Oh, shit. See ya, Stefan.
Another home run, guys, in the kitchen.
Ty, you left a little too early.
Another home run for Chef Sky.
So, VJ says, before you get busy with food, for biryani you have to make raita too. Raita?
Okay,
Otherwise it's not biryani.
I can
Okay.
look that up. I would see what up with that, homeboy.
Homeboy.
And liked it. Thank you so much.
Oregon.
I saw that before.
Aisha.
What, a TikTok?
I'm Brock in the TikToks.
Are you rocking the TikToks now?
Healthy as fuck.
Okay.
Big W.
Brock in the TikToks now.
Beautiful. Speaking of Cobra, here he is, Chad, returned to talk about Ozzy Osbourne versus Britney Spears. She's insane. Speaking about, don't worry.
So we got ourselves a little bit of a
1.5
chocolate beer
speed.
left, and we're going to address the situation.
Ew,
with
his
Britney
nail's
Spears.
filthy.
Said that the Osbournes were boring, and I'm like, I got a couple of choice words for Britney Spears. Let me chug the rest of this real quick and crack open an Angry Orchard, because spoiler alert, if you're a Britney Spears fan, this video is going to make you angry.
Is it though? Who are fans of Ozzy and
This
Britney
organic
now?
chocolate stout is simply exquisite.
How old are they?
So Britney Spears,
Do they
I
also
guess,
act like
does
they're
these
fucking
videos on the TikTok and
mentally
Instagram
a
where she dances
teenager,
like
or
pretty much
what?
every other chick in her 20s, E-thought, typical, you know.
Most people have probably thought of Britney Spears when she juggled those fucking knives.
And for starters, we all know that Britney Spears isn't going to be taken seriously because she's just seen as a sex symbol.
Is she?
She's
I don't know
constantly
if she
posting
is
pictures of herself naked
anymore.
on Instagram, which I'm sure a lot of boys are complaining about, but
What?
her son probably has a problem with it.
Well,
And it's like,
yeah.
as someone who's a celebrity myself to a smaller extent, you cannot...
Oh, shut up.
Let people don't like your content, that's their problem, I guess. But to call the Oswald
Only
boring,
Cove,
it's like, how
only
dare
Bog.
you? Do you watch
Coming
the fucking
soon.
podcast, Mrs.?
Mrs.?
No, you don't.
It's not
But I don't think
podcast.
Britney Spears is a good example for women under a certain age because women shouldn't have to sexify themselves to sell their
Sexify.
music or make their voices be heard.
Yes, Britney Spears, now an
And
icon
it's like,
of
at
sex.
Britney Spears, how does it feel to know you're being replaced by hotter, younger singers like Billie Eilish?
Ding.
How does it feel, Britney Spears, to know you're being replaced by hotter and younger, more attractive singers like Billie Eilish?
You said that already. Stop
And if people
repeating
didn't
yourself.
think Britney Spears was attractive, they wouldn't care about her opinions. Angry Orchard
I don't think most
Crisp
people
apple
care about
cider
her
is
opinions,
delightful.
Cobes.
You like apples? This is basically an adult apple juice.
Oh my god, shut up.
But
Basic
Terrence
ass
Pops at the
bitch.
best, Miss Britney Spears, 40 to 80s.
Ah, Terrence Poop. Ah, thank God. Back to Terrence Poop. I'm glad some things never change.
Long time. Like, look at me, I'm Britney, I'm still relevant. Look at me, pay attention to me. Not to mention Britney Spears got
Well,
knocked
Cobra's mind is also, like, stuck, right? We've talked about this before. He's stuck, like, mentally. His mind is not there. He's, like, stuck in the late 90s to early 2000s in sitcoms and
got
all
one
that
of the
shit.
backup dancers. And if
Like,
that
he's
situation
mentioned,
were
like,
changed in
Pamela
reverse, women
Anderson.
everywhere would
Like,
scream
those people
about
are long
how
gone,
inappropriate
bud.
that is.
Shut up.
That the main singer and main dancer of the group is creating a sexual harassment type work environment.
What?
Oh, he better take care of that kid, I swear to you. Oops, she did it again. But I do have a couple of choice words for Britney Spears.
So? He's calling her all the words possible that you can insult a
So I
woman
think
with.
that covers all the derogatories.
You said cunt?
So here's my take
Bitch,
on it, Miss Britney
slut,
Spears. Ozzy Osbourne's been making
whore,
music for a lot longer than you have, dear. He was
slag?
making music when you were
I
still
think he was
twinkling in your
saying
daddy's
slag.
eye. Imagine being Britney
That he's
Spears' son
brash.
and like you go to school and like all your friends are like, I
Minge.
saw your mom naked. It's like I saw your mom do it. Shut up, Chad. Hey, Britney Spears. Leave the Osbournes alone! Making fun of the one radical fan of hers that was like, leave me alone!
Yeah, I love early 2000s, dog. Can we move past that point at any point in your mind, or not? You live in the present day. Where you're dying. Slowly.
And it's like, you just gotta love your body for the way it is and fuck what anybody has to think. So body positivity is all about, but I digress.
I know, right?
Going back to Britney Spears. It's like, who the fuck are you to call the Osbournes boring?
I hope so.
Sharon and
I
Ozzy have
hope
been
so
in the
too,
industry a lot
Master
longer
Bob.
than you have.
Hopefully he
Respect
does.
your elders, missus. Like, yeah, Britney Spears, you're so big and bad telling a
Hopefully he
75-year-old
reveals where he
man
is
riddled
now,
with
too. He'll
Parkinson's
probably
to
do
fuck
that.
off. Yeah, that's...
I
you
don't
know,
like it here, Clint.
fuck
I
you,
don't
Britney
like you're my
Spears.
landlord now, Dad. Oh, the holidays are a-coming. Don't you worry, I'm
Nobody's
sure
gonna
that's
wanna
when
see
he's gonna
Britney
really
Spears
freak
dancing on
out.
her Instagram at 75.
What? She's not she's not 75 years old.
That's
He
good, Angry
peaked.
Orchard.
He peaked it.
And also, fuck the YouTube trolls. What's the worst thing Britney Spears could say in response to it? Nothing, because my trolls have said everything that they could think of. Nothing that Britney
I'm glad that YouTube trolls continue to live rent-free right there in your
Spears will
skull.
say to me could fucking hurt, because I've heard it all. Being cyberbullied as hard as I've been, kiss my Asperger's.
Kiss
I
my
heard there's a grapevine
Asperger.
about this incident. And I was doing a live stream the other day. I was like, what's this bullshit about Ozzy and Britney fighting? What? Is someone crapping her cornflakes, and that's why she's having a summer day? Oh, wow.
Who gives a shit about either of them? Who gives a shit about Ozzy Osbourne? Who gives a shit about fucking Britney Spears? Nobody really cares. Most people are thinking, oh, geez, Ozzy's gonna die any day now because he's so fucking old. He's almost 80. Like, Jesus.
Celebrities will critique each other's work, but that's just part of the industry you're in. So I'm kind of like, wait a second. Britney Spears, you're overreacting. How do you politely tell someone to fuck off? Because there's no way to politely do it. I'm not going to be polite about it. Britney Spears is being replaced by hotter and more attractive younger singers like Billie Eilish.
I hope so too, True Master Bub. We'll see. Both those
And that
things.
being
I
said,
want
I'm
both
gonna
those
chug the
things
rest
to
of
happen,
Angry
but we'll
Orchard.
see.
And maybe crack
He's-
open another one.
You know what I'm happy about more than anything else? He is so fucking miserable, and he just deserved it. You've earned this, boy. Enjoy your
Okay,
misery,
this
you
is good shit
fucking
right here.
ass. Because it's funny to laugh at him. I know that seemed like I was almost getting really serious there for just laughing at him. I don't give two shits.
Sorry, I have a case of the Asperger's, excuse me.
You got a case of something, alright.
As in, you can kiss my Asperger's with this shit. How does that feel, Britney Spears? That only people validate your opinion because you're a pretty blonde with big tits.
I don't think anyone really validates her opinion besides, like, you know, vapid celebrities, so...
That's gotta fucking
Or
sting.
stupid people. Hair update, still losing it. Still looking like a newborn babe.
You know, there's a lot of pressure in society, and you know the world can be an evil place.
Or like a fuzzy fucking cucumber
we all
that's
know
about
that
to get,
Caitlyn
like,
Spears is pretty.
the worst
Everybody
mold
can say that out
possible.
loud. Like I said, if you're a Britney Spears fan, do not watch this video. You're like, Cobra, you fucking asshole. They ought to legalize prostitution for 21 and up. I'm just saying. I mean, marriage
No.
is a legal form of prostitution. You just don't always get what you pay for.
Dumb fuck.
Only difference is when you're married, your wife is the pimp and the hooker. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up. I don't know who you stole that from, but
Especially when
you're
she's charging
murdering
your
that
ass for
joke.
child support payments. Like, bitch, where's my money?
Do you remember when that you might be a redneck? Stop.
Oh, she wants a new purse, but that purse costs like $6 grand. If I can't afford it, you can't afford it. It's 2024. Women can go out and get jobs.
Oh, the
and be
troll who
girl
paid
boss
money
and all
for that bitch to get
Only
there
problem with
both
that is,
times.
ladies, is that women
Kudos
do
to
not want
that guy.
equality to men. What they truly want is all the privilege men have with none of the
You got what
bullshit
you
that goes
wanted.
with it.
You got what you wanted,
And you can call
Cobra.
me an asshole for
Now
saying
suffer.
it, but you know I'm right.
But I steal from
Case in
Terrence
point, if someone
Poot.
raps a dude in the nuts, people are laughing their asses off. Hey, look, Chad got punched in the balls. Haha, hashtag priceless. Like, oops,
Who do you keep stealing this stuff from? Because it's not good and it's really dated.
I farted again. Might have been a shot. It doesn't smell innocent.
You mean
These are
shark?
just my thoughts and my 2 cents. Is Britney Spears going to be relevant at 75, 80
Oh,
years
that,
old? The answer is no.
you
probably
got him,
not.
Tremaster Bob. You know he's
Yeah, Britney
gonna.
Spears' only claim to fame is being an overly sexualized, cute blonde.
It's gonna be one of the
And
most devastating
on that note,
moments of
being
his life.
sexualized at a way
And you know the saddest thing about it all is that moment is actually gonna be sadder for him than when his dad actually dies, who's given him everything.
early
Clint's
of an
always
age, which
neglectful
adds
too.
another
Don't get me
layer of
wrong, but
creepy to it. It's not
without
completely
him,
her
he'd
fault.
be on the streets
Hollywood's
already.
just disgusting like that. Don't get me started on that nasty shit. Ugh.
Ooh.
Fuck sickos and fuck the trolls, man.
Here's this stupid statement from, again, dumb people. Here we go. Richard Maddow. Listen to this dumb shit.
Nevertheless, Mr. Vance then was able to go and start another venture capital firm with, surprise, yet more help from Peter Thiel. Like Mr. Thiel, who has named his companies after things in the Lord of the Rings series of J.R.R. Tolkien books. Lord of the Rings is a sort of favorite cosmos for naming things and cultural references for a lot of far-right and alt-right figures, both in Europe and the United States.
Ah, yes, because J.R.R. Tolkien, known for the alt-right. Them rangs that you guys did.
Peter Thiel names all these things after Tolkien figures and places, like his company Palantir, for example. Like his mentor, like Peter Thiel, who had given him all his jobs in the world, Mr. Vance also, when he founded his own venture capital firm with help from Peter Thiel, named it after a Lord of the Rings thing. He called it Narya, N-A-R-Y-A, which you can remember because it's Aryan, but you move the N to the front. Apparently that word has something to do with elves and rings from the Lord of the Rings series. I don't know.
You, sir, are an idiot.
Yeah, for real.
This episode brought to you by...
Oh, look, Doug's also sponsored by Harry's for his episode talking about The Incredibles. Isn't that a coinky-dink? Anyway, let's give 1.5 speed for Doug. Let's hear him talk about The Incredibles. Here we go.
That's a cut above the rest. Come check us out at Flashback Weekend in Chicago, August 2nd to the 4th. Hope to see you there.
Wrong. That's all wrong, darling.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. Remember, so you don't have to. Well, since they're doing yet another reboot of Fantastic Four, we decided to bring back the adequately impressive 3.
Yeah, but we're sick of it always sucking.
So we're taking notes from Edna Lode about what we want to see in a new Fantastic Four movie.
Is talking your superpower or my kryptonite?
The thought is, if their superhero team can be better, our superhero team can be better.
Darling, you can't walk around in dark outfits like that.
Why not? Dark outfits are edgy.
You're superheroes. Your outfit should be your uniform that stands out when people need help. You can't all be Batman.
Well, what do you prefer, yellow spandex?
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
Oh shit, we are behind on the times. Write that down.
Also, how many crimes have you stopped?
Well, that's easy.
I don't think we've stopped any crimes.
But you're superheroes.
All right. How do we keep forgetting that?
Write that down, write that down.
Oh, this is hopeless.
Look, it's not our fault that one of the greatest superhero teams of all time is constantly botched.
Yeah, we're not here to inspire.
We're here to exploit. Fine, fine. But what about the family dynamic?
What do you mean?
The camaraderie, the resilience, the glue that keeps you all together.
So that's it? What, we some kind of superhero family?
Okay, we have to stop laughing at things because then it happens.
Write that down.
You are a disgrace.
But at least we have no capes.
Capes are back in.
Hey, no fair. We even laugh at that one and things still happen.
You have to want to be heroes, not just make money.
But it's the Hollywood system.
Literally, no one knows how to do that.
We're not even making money that great.
Well, take inspiration from an actual superhero family.
Oh, I remember this.
What money-making franchise was this from again?
It wasn't a franchise yet.
How did they utilize their built-in audience?
They didn't have a built-in audience.
Well, surely the studio had done superheroes before.
They barely even animated people before.
She's lying. There's no way this came from Hollywood.
It came from Disney.
Well, now I know she's lying.
Pixar.
It's been 20 years since the film fans called a real Fantastic Four movie The Incredibles. This had a few major firsts for Pixar. It was the first film to star human characters, the first to have a pretty high body count, and the first to focus
Also,
on
Helena
hand-drawn
Parr is
designs
based
as
on
opposed to
Rita Parr,
CG.
which is also
Sure, the previous
Miss
Pixar films certainly had storyboards and could be drawn in 2D.
I should
It's
say.
clear they were designed
That's
as
where she
3D
actually
models
comes from.
first.
It's a
That's why
Doom
there's such a
Patrol
focus
thing.
on plastic toys,
So I'd
reflective
mention
fish, and
that.
hairy monsters. Stuff computers are good at replicating. But rather than trying to make the humans look
Technically,
real,
she's a
something they
homage.
really had trouble with at the time. Director Brad Bird used his unique 2D designs and found a way to make them look exaggerated yet appealing in the 3D realm. So many of these characters look like they were drawings first. Hell, half of them just look like Iron Giant characters given a CG facelift. Plus, the movie dealt with, okay, not a new idea, but a rarely perfected idea at the time, the superhero family. They focused on issues not often explored in either Pixar or superhero flicks either, like midlife crisis, career and family imbalance, standing out too much, not standing out enough, and at a time when we don't have a solid superhero family film from Marvel yet, The Incredibles did a good job filling that void. But 20 years later, does it still hold as strong a place in our super hearts as it did before? Well, let's take a closer look.
Was that before they owned Marvel
Yes,
too?
yes, off with you. I will finish up with these two.
Hey, why does he get to
Sure it
leave?
was.
Because she knows my critique will make our point stronger.
Hate your skit stuff.
You just find it pretentious, don't you?
It's the teeth. They're way too distracting.
The film opens on an interview with Mr. Incredible, played by Craig T. Nelson, Elastigirl, played by Holly Hunter, and not April Bowlby. Fear not, DC will stop him from just using that name on merchandise. And Frozone, played by Samuel Jackson.
Who wants the pressure of being super all the time?
Settle down, are you kidding? I'm at the top of my game.
I think I just like the simple life, you know, relax a little and raise a family.
It's funny because the opposite happens, and then the opposite happens again. Yeah, Disney sequels really like that formula, don't they?
A deadly
Sequel
high-speed pursuit
sucks.
between police and armed gunmen is underway.
Cut to Mr. Incredible on his way to an event until crime interrupts him, as well as Cat.
Calm down.
The suspense is terrible. Will Squeaker find the courage to find this all indifferent? He kills two birds with one stone, pleasing his #1 fan, a little boy named Buddy.
My name is Incrediboy. I know all your moves, your crime-fighting style, favorite catchphrases, everything.
Ready and willing to be slapped for you. He kicks him out and stops another crime with Elastigirl.
I work alone.
Well, I think you need to be more flexible.
And I kind of love when it's revealed where he's going, you realize everybody took a break on the way there to stop crime, showing how much their jobs truly mean to them. Also, I never noticed
Bought
this.
Marvel in 2008.
Are you doing
Did The
anything?
Incredibles come out in 2008?
Hey, wait, who else?
Yeah, this is before they owned Marvel.
It is funny
yeah.
comparing the animation of 20 years ago to now. The fleshy textures are a lot more Joshua.
So that's actually.
But like I said, the design.
So then again, then they're still trying to. Then Pixar was trying to technically rip off DC because there's a lot of characters that are more DC than they are Marvel. Just gonna say
they're
that.
really appealing to look at. I think this film played a big part in helping people realize the importance
I know
of
I've been
utilizing a
puzzled a bit more
2D
than I
style
usually
in
do
3D
tonight,
film.
but
Except
just
how he
kinda
has no
had my
brow bone.
thoughts.
That always drove me nuts. While stopping yet another crime, Jesus is Bane in charge with up with his town, stopping a villain named Bon Voyage.
I can fly. Can
French
you fly?
and a
Fly
mime.
home, buddy. I work alone.
Oui, cette nuit complètement ridicule.
Very perceptive, making the mind French. Almost totally makes you overlook that he talks. He lets the villain get away while saving Buddy, who also causes a train to almost go off track.
You mean he got away? Skippy here made sure of that.
Incrediboy.
You're not affiliated with me.
I don't know you!
It turns out he's late to his wedding with Elastigirl, as things are looking chipper and bright until suddenly people start suing the heroes, or supers as they're called, for causing damages while saving people.
5 days later, another suit was filed by the victims of the L train accident. Incredible's court losses cost the government millions.
Another hero known as the Red Lobster is under a similar suit. Because of this, supers are forced to go into hiding as Mr. and Mrs. Incredible are now Bob and Helen Parr, living normal lives in suburbia. Helen adjusts well to it, but Bob is miserable as the color is literally sucked out of his life.
Don't tell me about their coverage. Tell me how you're keeping insurance hair in the black.
It's Incon Dinosaur from Toy Story! Oh, sorry, I guess I couldn't decide what joke to go with there. They have two kids as well, a boy named Dash, played by Spencer Fox, and Violet, played by Sarah Vowell. They have powers too, but they're forced to keep them a secret like their mom and dad.
Our powers made us special. Everyone's special, Dash.
Sue Storm and the Flash.
I'd be comfortable if that was Disney's new slogan. Bob and Helen have differences on how to teach their kids to live with their powers, as Helen is watching out for their protection, but Bob doesn't want them to hold back who they are.
How fast do you think you were going?
They all fucking mutants.
I'm not encouraging.
Honey!
The plate had just 1 day left until retirement. Dash makes fun of Violet having a crush on a boy, causing them to fight.
Hey, no force fields!
Not gonna lie, I always thought her having two powers was a little weird. It might be the only thing done better in the Fantastic Four movies. They explain the invisibility and the force field a little better. I feel like you gotta give a superhero either 1,000,000 powers or just one. It's kind of like saying the Hulk's strong and can turn his hand to Kermit the Frog. I don't know, it just doesn't sound right. Speaking of not sounding right, does anyone understand this joke?
The only normal one is Jack Jack, and he's not even toilet trained.
Loki.
Oh, I meant about being normal.
Dash prefers diapers. What's the mindset here? Bob
He's
goes out with
lucky that
Frozone,
he's
now
normal,
by
that's
Lucius,
what he's saying.
as the two are still incredibly addicted to stopping crimes in secret. I love the fact that the law is literally their mistress.
Is that everybody? Yeah, that's everyone.
Man, I know we see a lot of common superhero tropes, but were these two movies just watching each other while being made? Helen suspects Bob is up to his old tricks.
Is this rubble? We can't blow cover again.
The building was coming down anyway.
You knocked down a building?
Damn it, this wouldn't have happened if Lucius just put lipstick on and kissed my collar. Why does he have to be so weird?
Reliving the glory days is better than acting like they didn't happen.
Yes, but this, our family, is what's happening now, Bob.
I like how they have to hide what makes them unique, and seeing how this does take place in the 60s, you could read a little bit into that and how not everyone was always welcome for how different they were. It's something I think always resonates in a lot of time periods, but at the same time, you can just look at it as a story about a family of superheroes. See, this is the kind of commentary I like. You can read several things into it because it's relatable to a lot of people in a lot of different ways.
And you don't force
But
it.
there's way too much of it right now, and often gets in the way of the story. You can interpret it a lot of different ways. and it
Hey,
can mean
Doug,
something
I
different
wonder
for
why
everyone.
that is. I wonder what people make it so everything's so forced and in your face. Let's take a consideration of that for a minute, shall we?
Except this guy, there's no debating. He was modeled after Stephen King, right?
I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy.
When you turn that sheet around, by the way, some pretty funny stuff right now there. Even this commentary on insurance is pretty funny.
Are you saying we shouldn't help our
The
customers?
law requires that I answer no.
We're supposed to help people.
We're supposed to help our people.
Yes, these jokes have been pretty common for a while, but again, I feel like today they would make this guy the villain. The rich person in a suit pulling the strings. Hell, they basically did later. And that's not what's fun about this world. You can have supervillains, but you can also just have little a-holes who are doing a smaller amount of harm, but still harm. And this variety of different characters shows there's different battles and antagonists that should be fought in different ways. Punching a supervillain makes sense. Your boss, not so much.
How is he? He'll live. I'm fired, aren't I?
Oh, you think?
Now, if this psycho kid could get on a hockey team, anything's possible. He gets a call from a
What
woman
was
named
that a
Orange,
reference
voiced by
to?
Elizabeth Pena, who says she has an interesting business proposal.
We have something in common. According to the government, neither of us exist.
I like this futuristic technology. It's very similar to the technology we have today. Though, I'm sorry, 3D TVs will never be a thing. Stop trying to make that thing!
The supers aren't gone, Mr. Incredible. You're still here. You can still do great things.
He gets nostalgic for the glory days and decides to take her up on her offer, telling Helen he has to go out on a business trip.
It's a top-secret prototype battle robot. Solve any problem it's confronted with.
It got smart enough to wonder why it had to take orders.
We lost control.
AI in a year or two. He's sent to the island of a twisted macaroon to take out the robot. I do think this fight could be a little funnier and utilize the probability factor more. It is an impressively fast fight. The speed in which this thing moves does make it a legit threat. And when you find out who the test subjects were who made it that fast, it kind of makes it creepy. Again, the animation getting across more than you might originally think. Using its own metal and moves is also a clever way to defeat it, as Bob is invited to dinner afterwards.
Why
With a
live?
volcano,
Seems a bit unstable.
volcanic soil is among the most fertile on Earth.
The only thing we have to worry about is falling in love. On that note, I'm really surprised the volcano doesn't erupt in this movie. It's kind of like Margie not giving birth in Fargo. It's refreshing, but a little weird. Bob is on cloud nine, connecting with his family more, getting in shape, and even going to his old costume designer, Edna Mode, to get a new suit.
What is it? Who are you? What do you want? Oh my God, you've gotten fat. Come here, come.
This is also where the movie gets really funny. The comedy's been fine, but honestly it's been a little light considering the concept. But when this character based on presumably a few famous designers shows up, it starts to kick into gear more. Originally Lily Tomlin was going to play her, but when Brad Bird kept doing the voice for the animation test, she finally just said, "What do you need me for? You already have your Edna."
This is a hobo suit, darling. You can't be seen in this. I won't allow it.
You designed it.
I never look back, darling.
This of course leads to the famous no cape scene, talking about how they're more dangerous than helpful.
No kick, Stratogale. Cape pot in a jet turbine. Delta man, express
Damn.
Dynaguy, snag on takeoff.
It's a good bit, but I hate it. Why? Because I had the exact same routine in a superhero comic I drew when I was 15 years old. Come on, a toilet joke was right there! Bob is called back for one more assignment, but it turns out it might be his last. For we're introduced to Syndrome, voiced by Jason Lee, who it turns out was the little boy he tossed aside all those years ago.
You can't count on anyone, especially your heroes.
Apparently Bird really wanted to push the animators past their comfort zone, so as a joke, the designers modeled the energetic control freak after him. Not gonna lie, I can never unsee this now.
I went through quite a few supers to get it worthy to fight you, but man, it wasn't good enough.
I'll admit I've seen Jason Lee as kind of an awkward actor if not in the right role. But this is definitely the right role for him. He's both really funny and surprisingly menacing.
I invented weapons, and now I have a weapon that only I know. You sly dog! You got me monologuing. I can't believe it.
I thought only supervillains and YouTube
Was
critics did that.
monologuing.
Your nemesis in it.
Brilliant. He thinks he destroyed Mr. Incredible though, giving this goofy as hell face. Mr. Incredible terminated. It's a face that says, I farted. I'm not gonna say it's me, but I want you to know it's me.
Here we see a trap set for the very, often very annoying bald-headed Douglas. Bald-headed Douglases are often lured out by their love of Harrys. Bald-headed Douglases often hate overpaying for something, especially overpaying for cat cameos, or cat meows, as they are called, or cat meows. You see, way too much money was spent on that joke. Let us say goodbye to this rare cat meow known as Chopin. Bald-headed Douglases are usually lured out by Harrys due to the fact that they give the best shaves there are, on top of having a plethora of other wonderful items, including deodorant, body wash, and more. We see the trap has worked. The bald-headed Douglas is instantly drawn to its packaging. It is
now we know that
opening
they
the packaging,
just say
very
do whatever
embarrassing
the
to say
fuck. So
least.
Doug
we
wrote the
continue saying that
entire
Harry's gives, in
thing
fact,
to
the
make
smoothest
this.
and closest shave that a bald-headed Douglas has ever had.
He
Never
made
had to push
this
too hard
whole
or be too
thing
delicate.
up,
The bald-headed
and
Douglas
that's
loves the
bad.
refreshing feel of waking up in the morning and knowing he's going to have smooth face skin for the rest of the day. He has finally gotten the packaging open. And what have we here? Not only Harry's wonderful foaming shave gel, a pillowy cushion for a comfortable shave, but also the glorious specimen of Harry's blade attached to an orange Truman handle. These blades are German engineered, made in their own factory so they stay sharper longer. They have customizable delivery options for scheduled refills as
Someone
low
put
as
that on his
$2,
tongue.
half of what you pay for other big brands. In fact, signing up for Harry's is a no-brainer. It has the highest customer satisfaction in the shaving industry, a convenient subscription option that you can cancel at any time, plus a no-risk trial. So you don't like your shave? No worries, it's on them. We also advise not using any of these products on your tongue. Again, the bald-headed Douglas is very stupid and very desperate for any
He
kind of
just
mask.
used-
So stop
did he
getting ripped
use
off.
the
With
fucking
Harry's, you
razor
can
on
get a
his
shave
tongue?
that's a
What a
cut above the
dummy.
rest. Get started with a $13 trial set for just $3 at
But the joke,
harrys.com/nostalgia.
hard to
That's
tell with
harrys.com/nostalgia for a $3 trial set. He seems happy.
It's a wait, it's a
I'm
different
happy.
razor. Oh, okay, it is. You're right. It is a different razor company. It's not the one that. You're right. It is a different razor company.
God, what a
But
scary
I still
face.
believe he wrote the entire thing. Either way.
Hey folks, playing Arkham City every Friday on Twitch. We also got content 5 days a week. Hope to see you there.
No, Doug, stop. Don't do it. Stop.
Helen notices Bob's been acting weird, so she sees the last person he saw, Edna, who went to the trouble of making super suits for the entire family.
Edna mode. Okay.
Christ, fashion is dangerous. Speaking of which, how did she get everybody's measurements?
Suit me up, Uncle Alfred.
The less I think about, the better. Bob manages to sneak his way into Syndrome's headquarters, finding out a whole slew of heroes have been murdered trying to make the perfect killing machine. I like he checks on his friends and family to see if he knows their identity yet. It's not really a funny moment, but little touches like that make us appreciate them more as heroes. He gets caught though, and maybe one of the
Oh, shit,
strangest
dog.
ways to capture someone. It's like a mix between alien STD and a totally spies fetish. And Helen realizes he's in trouble and has to save him.
Dad's in trouble, or Dad is the trouble?
I mean, either he's in trouble or he's going to be.
Yet the family surprisingly hasn't gotten that much focus. This is something I think balanced out a lot better in the second film, as half the flick is mainly focused
Still
on
not the
Bob.
film.
But a little over halfway through, they do enter the story more. The kids see they have super suits and sneak aboard a plane Helen is borrowing to head towards Syndrome. Okay, now the whole family's involved. Now we're gonna get some fun, wacky action.
Indian Golf 909 transmitting the blind guard. Disengage, repeat, disengage!
In a minute, I'm sure.
You have to put a force field around the plane. Disengage, repeat, disengage!
I haven't trained or
About to get
anything.
really zany.
Pilot, abort, abort! There are children aboard! Mom! Meaning!
Zany goofy.
Put a field around us now! I've never done one that big! Pilot, do it now!
I mean, come on, it's Pixar. Not every character has to be Nemo's mom.
Abort, abort, abort! Abort, abort, abort!
Oh my god, just make the force field, you bitch! Remember the
Spence,
last
Doug.
movie when the little kid said boo? That was cute. Jesus, that was intense. Actually,
Supposed to
it's gonna
be.
be even more intense. There was a version of the script where Helen did die. Lasseter voiced his concern, but said he would stand by Bird if he truly believed in it. It probably goes without saying they made the right choice. Killing Helen certainly would have been a dark risk, but it wouldn't have matched the rest of the tone at all. Hell, even just
No.
saying that sentence, killing Helen, it just doesn't sound right in a Pixar movie about a family of superheroes.
No.
It'd be like having Bryan Cranston in a Godzilla film and getting rid. Oh right. Well, it'd be like having
But
a
they
Wookiee
did kill
Jedi
him.
for the first time and getting rid. Oh right. Well, it'd be like having Steven Seagal in a Kurt Russell film and getting rid of. Okay, sometimes it works. Those suits really are indestructible though, as Helen saves the kids while Bob thinks they're dead and threatens Mirage if Syndrome doesn't release him.
I'll crush her.
That sounds a little dark for you.
It was going to be part of an ABC spinoff, of course. He lets her go as the rest of the fam makes their way to the island in a pretty original way. This is what you get when you type in an image generator, The Incredibles boat.
Put these on. Your identity is your most valuable possession.
That's why you're covering up 1/9 of it.
Yeah.
Mom, what happened on the plane? I'm sorry. I wanted to.
It isn't your fault. It wasn't fair for me to suddenly ask so much of you.
Again, you can make the argument they might be taking this concept a touch too seriously, but again, it does really show the love and care this family has for each other. And that they're more than just their powers and quips. It makes them feel like a real functioning unit.
They won't
That's the
exercise
point.
restraint because you're children. They will kill you.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Because you could also argue this helps give more power to the kids, as Helen, again, really acts like a mother, trying to protect them, but also makes it clear they are still capable of great strength, even in the face of great danger.
You have more power than you realize. Don't think. If the time comes, you'll know what to do.
I was in college when this film came out, but I think if I was a kid watching this, these scenes probably would mean a lot to me.
Very
but,
touching.
you know, it is still a cartoon about stretchy people.
Start of the ride.
Be stretchy. In her butt.
I'm just gonna assume there's a lot of images of that online. There are. The internet's gonna be
yeah.
internet. She makes her way to Bob, who's been released by Mirage, who felt betrayed by Syndrome.
She doesn't feel as skinny anymore because she's older.
Betray the perfect woman.
Once more, I really like how the humor comes from a surprisingly positive place of Helen wanting to start a fight with Bob, but he's just so excited she isn't dead.
And now we're running for our lives through some godforsaken jungle?
You keep trying to pick a fight, but I'm still just happy you're alive.
I've known a few couples who'd probably be happier with the flip of that.
Later, Trimester Bob.
As morning arrives, the kids are discovered and they use their power to outwit the henchmen. It took a while to get here, but these scenes are awesome. Dash running from the guards is easily in the top 3 best Pixar action sequences. I don't even have much to say. I just get really sucked into how well done the scene is. Never seen time travel to when CG effects are less impressive than this Pixar movie. The future.
You're all right.
Oh, you're all
The
right.
future.
So worried
I'll
about
never see you again.
The family meets up, but they get caught by Syndrome, leading to my personal favorite line.
You married Elastigirl? Oh, and got busy!
First PG Pixar movie too. Syndrome locks them up and releases the robot on the city, pretending to save them and be the hero he always wanted to be.
I'll sell my invention so that everyone can be super, and when everyone's super, no one will be.
It's interesting. Both this and Lion King subtly introduce the idea that maybe some villains aren't born evil, they just never grow out of their childlike selfishness. Both films have a kid saying a variation of a line the grown-up bad guy says when they're in control.
There's more to being king than getting your way all the time.
There's more?
I am a king. I can do whatever I want.
Everyone's special, Dash, which is another way of saying no one is.
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Or maybe it's showing the Dash and Simba will one day be supervillains. Probably not, but I want to see those sequels.
God.
They end up escaping, though, and make their way to the city to stop the robot. As Syndrome ends up causing more damage trying to save the day. By the way, good comment. And you know those try to watch without singing videos? I bet for most of you, it's hard to watch this without saying along.
Where's my super suit?
Suit.
Where is
My
my
super
super suit?
I'm actually shocked more people haven't dubbed this over other Samuel L. Jackson roles, so here's the best one I could come up with.
Where's my super suit? What? Where is my super suit? What? You tell me what I suit is, woman!
It's not bad, but I feel like there's others. Play around with it. We get a nice moment of
Don't do
Bob
it.
saying he doesn't want them to fight because he can't bear losing them again.
I can't lose you again! I'm not strong enough.
Like before, this might seem a touch heavy and out of nowhere, but if you imagine the film without it, Bob just breaks the rules and gets what he wants. Like, sure, you can do that, showing passion will always find a way, but with this scene, you do see the threat of them gone really messed him up. Seeing not only how he should value them more, but also how he should let them more into his world, and likewise, be more in their world. It's a touch sudden, but it does add a lot.
Frozo! Yeah!
This fight is also really great with everybody pulling their weight and eventually taking out the machine, winning over the public once more.
That's the way to do it. That's old school. Yeah? No school like the old school.
Yeah, go back to the railroad, you old man.
Wow.
Home, though, Syndrome gets his revenge by kidnapping their baby Jack Jack. Syndrome figures out, though, he has powers as well, and, of course, a cape is what ends up doing him in. Still would have been funnier if it was death by toilet. Finally, Venom uses her force field to protect them all from the explosion.
That was totally wicked!
Ah, so this town is in Boston. Dash is allowed to go into sports, although not to the full extent of his abilities, and Violet works up the nerve to ask a boy she likes out.
Do you?
Wow.
I like movies. I'll buy the popcorn.
Just don't hand me a soda during the funny scenes. Another villain attacks the city, though. The family puts on their masks, and
Oh, man.
they're gonna go back into hiding again. It's a little weird, but I still like it. And by God, I still really like this film because it really holds up.
You're awful.
Like I mentioned, I do wish there was a bit more of the family as a whole and not quite as much focus on Bob. But it does make sense he would be the one that gets the wheels going, and I suppose waiting for them does build up finally seeing the family function as a team. Sometimes the jokes could be a little funnier too, but that's made up by the fact that this is a very believable family. You really feel how connected they are, and that creates some really good chemistry. I think it's focusing less on making you laugh and more on how exciting and fantastical having a super family could be. No doubt making the idea even more believable to younger viewers. If you really feel the family dynamic, you feel like you're really there fighting crime with them, and I think that's a big part of what makes them so endearing. It's got a lot of heart and a lot of energy, which 20 years later still makes the film pretty super. So, what have we decided for the adequately impressive 3?
Yeah, we
You're
have to end the
incredibly
skit.
dysfunctional
Forgot.
family, and they're getting emancipated from you.
What? We're not even related!
See how he talks to us?
Like we're not even blood.
We're not blood!
Do you see this? I do. Both of you can live with me until the separation is complete.
Thank you, Edna.
You're a good mother.
She's not your mother!
Then how do you explain why we look so much alike?
You two are the same person!
Oh, you would bring that up.
So insensitive.
You're changing costumes in between takes!
Come, my darlings. Let Mama Edna shield you from the evil creep.
We love you, Mama Edna.
You truly get us.
Yeah, I'll say you do in the same shot!
Out we go, my pets.
Yeah, now let's... No, don't cut to me! I'll get Tamara a chance to be in the next... Oh, there she is, yeah. Hey, find Edna back here! Let's get you in the same room!
We're too traumatized.
It's the same person!
And got busy!
This month, for Cameos for Charity, we're doing Red Cross.
Nice.
Whether it's providing blood, sending in volunteers,
Boost
helping
time.
here, or...
Here we go. Nice.
What's up, guys and pals? I'm Coach Vino, and this is the Progress Bar. And have you ever just been kind of hanging out, trying out new recipes, when one of them just smacks you across the face, and you can't help but think to yourself, where the hell has this been all my life? I mean, how is this cocktail not a thing? Well, that's the case with today's cocktail, called the Sinker, from Dan Scott, the owner of the Whaling Club in Los Angeles, California. Now, here's the crazy part. It's just a riff on the modern classic penicillin, which, to be, frank, have always been kind of, indifferent about. But with a little tweak here and a little tweak there, I've found what I think is my favorite cocktail of the summer so far. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. But before I do that, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you can help Vino feed the hungry algorithm. And make sure you stick around, because we're gonna boogie down.
Just at the end, well, not the end.
Let us
but,
look
you
at
know,
what is in
the end
sauce
segment
for
of the
our
stream of showing
cocktail.
the
The
booze.
first thing you're gonna need
Got the
is
sinker
a half
cocktail
an
here.
ounce of a quality
guy Greg
ginger
used to like show
syrup,
this as a
right,
Pinot.
guys? So the ginger syrup that you make, the spicier you make your ginger syrup, the more spice you're gonna get in this cocktail. I make mine pretty spicy, so depending on again how you make yours. The spiciness of the cocktail can vary.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, the next thing we're gonna need is a half an ounce of lemon juice. All right,
Okay.
so we're gonna do half an ounce of
Freshly squeezed.
super juice here. Okay, and then you're gonna need 1 ounce of pineapple juice. Okay, I'm using my favorite bottled stuff from Trader Joe's, but if you got the Doles or if you freshly
Cold
squeeze
pressed,
it,
it says.
I mean, go for it, right?
Yeah,
you don't know
be good.
freshly squeezed pineapple.
Without having any extra added sugar.
All right,
You
and
don't
then we're
want
gonna do 2 ounces of a blended scotch. I'm gonna be using Old Reliable here, Johnny Walker Black.
Oh, okay.
All right, this bottle's lasting
Probably use
me
a
God
better
knows how
scotch than
long.
that, but
I think I'll be able to pass this off
I
to my
get it.
grandkids.
Use it again.
And then the original recipe calls for 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, which works out perfectly delicious. But I really like adding the tiki bitters because it adds a little more of those tropical notes to the cocktail, which I think is just perfect because of the idea of pineapple juice, So I'm gonna do 2 dashes of tiki bitters.
Okay. I have those bitters too.
But again, if you don't got this stuff, you should definitely use Angostura bitters because that's
Yeah,
the original
Angostura is
recipe,
easy
right?
to get.
And now we're just gonna go ahead
It is
and
also
add
from,
some ice to
it
our
is also
shaker.
from Caribbean Islands. From,
And we're gonna shake
Trinidad.
that for about 10 to 15 seconds. All right, folks, I think we shook that bad boy up enough. Let's put this to the side. You're gonna be serving that in a rocks glass, which I've had here chilling like a villain. Okay, I got a big old ice cube in there. And then we're just gonna go ahead and pour in our drink.
Pour it in.
All right. I mean, just off the nose here, it smells so damn delicious, man. Yeah, this is such a banging cocktail, guys. I can't wait to try it again. All right. And then, you can garnish that with a pineapple slice or a ginger, a little piece of candied ginger. I'm going to be using a little pineapple frond.
Okay.
There we go. And there we have it, folks. The Sinker cocktail.
All right, then.
All right, so let's go ahead and give this bad boy a sippy sip.
Oh, the Becca Pars LEDs are out? Damn. That's a rough dog.
This thing almost poked my eye out. Otherwise, it was worth it because this is absolutely delicious, guys. Oh my God. I make a pineapple spice shrub. I'll put a link down in the description for you guys to check it out.
Okay.
And so I love the idea of pineapple juice with different kind of spices and stuff like that. I just think it's such a great combination. And this cocktail really fits the bill. It brings all of that together into one really fantastic cocktail. I gotta tell you guys, I love this thing. And the crazy part is, like I said, when it comes to the original penicillin, I think it's okay. It's a good cocktail, but nothing that I maybe had it twice in my life. Not something I'd probably make on my own. This thing here, this is gonna be my cocktail this summer, guys. I love it, and I hope you guys love it. I hope you guys give it a
riff on
shot.
a drink he doesn't really like that much. It's funny.
The spiciness, the tropical flavors, a little bit of smoke from the scotch. I mean, it is just a flavorful cocktail, but just really bright and vibrant too because of those tropical notes, guys. Excellent. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you did, please press like, please subscribe, and please share with your family and friends. Remember, sharing is caring. Put that back in there, it looks nice. And when life gives you lemons, make yourself a cocktail. Cheers. I'm gonna finish this thing, by the way.
Yeah, well, obviously. Time to watch this guy make a cocktail. Here we go. Little homie's cream soda pina colada.
Coconut rum. You get that in there? Ooh, look at that little pineapple and a little orange juice. I know y'all going, wait a minute now. Is this like a pina colada? Kind of, homeboy. Kind of cream of coconut. We get a little bit of this in here, right? Now we give this a nice little shake. Drop some ice cubes in here, okay?
Blew this back in the palette. That's right.
A little strainer, homeboy.
That's a decent tiki glass. Gonna top it with cream soda. Yep.
Okay, well, let's go.
IBC
homeboy.
too.
This is the truth. Give us a little more, dog. Straw down the side here. The sun of the eyes. Ooh, look at you, my little cherry on top. And there you have it, homeboy. Little homie's cream soda colada. Now, who's little homie?
Soda colada.
One of the members doing our live show. Okay, come through. I name a drink after you, okay? They have a little homie, okay?
When
What's up, home bartenders? Welcome to
Rob.
another whiskey tasting
He is
video, and
Rob's
today we're
home bar.
tasting
He's drinking a bunch of scotch.
Lagavulin. Lagavulin is my favorite whiskey. We're going to taste 5 bottles today. We've got the 16, we've got the 8, we've got the 11. This is the Offerman edition, Charred Oak. This is from a year or two ago.
1.25.
Lagavulin 12. And Lagavulin Distillers Edition. We're gonna go through all these. I'm gonna give you tasting notes and my preferences, all right? If you're finding me for the first time, I make home bartending a lot of fun with homemade liqueurs, cocktail recipes, and whiskey tasting videos such as this. So smash that subscribe button, hit that little bell, get notified when we release new content. All right, we're gonna start with Lagavulin 16. I wasn't going in order of like age. However, this is the flagship product and it is my favorite. So figured we'd start with that guy. Oh. Intense smoke on the nose. I mean, this is Islay at its best. You can kind of get a little bit of dried fruit, a little vanilla if you're really reaching, but essentially smoke, peat, all that right in your face. Peat flavor, it's oily, a little salty, almost like a caramel toffee, but it's mainly smoke, and it's fantastic. So that was going right to the top at the #1 spot. All right, its younger brother, the Lagavulin 8. So this one was actually released as a kind of a special edition, but it became part of their standard line. And why not? You know, people assume that the higher the age statement, the better the whiskey. Not always. Taste is subjective. People might like a younger. In some cases, a younger whiskey is advantageous. Oh. It's so different. I mean, an additional 8 years in the barrel will change a whiskey, but it's remarkably different. It's still got smoke, but so much less intense on the nose. It's fresher, more like brighter flavors, almost like a citrus. There's like a fresh wood cedar on the nose. The smoke is definitely more present on the palate for this one. That smoke and peat, definitely more on the palate. Still has a much brighter, kind of earthier flavor. Salted, almost like a black pepper, more of a black pepper spicy note. It's a little higher proof at 48. The 16 is 43. Very good. I'm gonna place this one right under 16 and still reign supreme. All right, Lagavulin 11. This is the Nick Offerman edition. There's been a few releases of this one. I believe the first one, well, I don't know if this is the first one, but the predecessor to this one was a Guinness cask. So they finished them. It's an 11-year-old Lagavulin, but it's finished in a separate barrel. So yeah, the predecessor to this one, I believe, was a Guinness beer cask. This guy here is a charred oak cask. And the new one, which I've not been able to find yet, the latest one is a Caribbean rum cask. And I need to get that one because I love rum cask whiskeys. But this is the charred oak. So the nose, not as much smoke as the 16. It's kind of in the same range as the 8. Even though this is 3 years more, it hasn't developed that incredible smoke on the nose. It's more fruity than the other ones, I find. That vanilla note is there. That peat and smoke on the palate. It's Lagavulin. It's undeniably Lagavulin.
Okay.
Saltier. More kind of salt, it's saltier. It's got kind of that, definitely the charred oak, that wood flavor, very present on the palate. This one stands at 46%, so kind of in between the 8 and the 16. Bit of a bite. That pepperiness is not much there. It's not as much as the 8. Probably gonna place it right between the 8 and the 16. It's not quite as good as the 16.
Okay.
All right, the Lagavulin 12. This is the 2022 release. Lovely,
there's a Phoenix on
fired up Phoenix on the bottle.
Okay.
Let's give it a try.
I'm sure
I've had all these, by the way. Just never really compared them side by side.
Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
This one's got a lot of those earth tones on the nose. The smoke is present, but those earthy, rich, earthy tones. It's got that kind of citrusy, salty, kind of coastal seaweed on the nose as well. Oh, I like this one. This one's got some good bite to it. Oh yeah, 57.3%. So that's where the bite's coming from. This is the highest in alcohol that we've had so far. And so it's got that punch. Definitely got the black pepper notes are back, similar to the 8. I think you get those when you get a higher, those kind of come into play when you have a higher ABV.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Now we're at 12, so we're getting closer to 16. The smoke is a lot more present in this one. The peat, a bit more vanilla in this one. Smoke, peat, wood, charred wood. That's your primary, on that one. I'm gonna place this guy right below the 16. 16 still reigns supreme for me. I absolutely love Lagavulin 16. It is my favorite whiskey, but this guy right underneath. One more to go. The Lagavulin Distillers Edition. This is the 2021 release of the Distillers Edition, and this is a double matured cask. So it is finished in another barrel, and you can tell it's the darkest of all of them. Nice smoke, nice rich. You can tell the richness, the sherry richness on the nose.
Oh, a sherry cask. Very nice.
Much more present than all of them. And the smoke on the nose, the smoke has kind of died down. I wonder though if that is just because I've been sticking my nose in 5 of these now. Maybe my brain is like acclimated to the smoke. I'm not picking it up as much because I've had this before and it felt smokier. So it might just be that after having 5 whiskeys, your brain is just kind of numb to the smoke.
I become so numb.
Oh, that's so nice. I hate using the word smooth when describing whiskeys because to me smooth means there's no taste. This one, it is low in ABV. It's 43. Is that the lowest? It's the same as the 16. It's 43. So it doesn't have that bite that some of them have, but it does have a nice richness, and it does have a nice smoke, and it has just a soothing richness to it because it's double matured. That really, when you age something longer, when it sits in the barrel longer, it gets darker and it gets just richer in flavor. It does get smoother, meaning it doesn't have that crazy bite, but it's really freaking nice. If someone was getting into Lagavulin, you want to try to get into the Islas, this is a good one because it's aged and it's double matured. It is smoother. It is an easier way in. It still has the intensity of the smoke and the peat, but it's just an easier drinking because the smoke is not as intense and the ABV is slightly lower. So this is a nice one. I think I'm going to place this one right in the middle, right after the 12, because I think on my final score, Lagavulin 16 still the best one. I do like the 12 because it does have that high ABV, so it's got that punch. Sometimes you just want a whiskey with some punch, and that one really gets there. And this guy in 3rd place.
Alrighty then.
All right, guys, so that is my final ranking. This is still my favorite one, Lagavulin 16. If you can get yourself a bottle, and the prices have been going
high,
up. The 2 that are, the 8 is a great, the other ones are more expensive for sure. The 8 is a great kind of entry level. However, nothing beats the flavor, the intensity, the experience of Lagavulin 16. If you haven't had Lagavulin 16, I highly encourage you to get a bottle. It is such a phenomenal whiskey. There's a reason it is world renowned as the best Isla. I'm sure some will disagree, but I think it's just absolutely phenomenal. Thanks for sticking around, and let me know what other whiskeys do you want me to test. Check out my Ardbeg video where we did kind of the same.
Move on to the next video. Here we go. We're making some jungle juice.
It's jungle juice time! Strawberries, pineapples, homeboy. Some oranges, you know what they say, homeboy. Vitamin C. Sour gummies. Peach rings, okay?
Wow, look how much candy wasted. Kenny would be sicking.
Make it rain. This is Salt Bay. Gummy Bay. The coconut rum. Tornado time! Vodka. Come on, homeboy. Rum! Smirnoff Ice time. Blue time. Okay. Now you just hit it with a little quick. And there you have it. Gummy Gummy Bay Jungle Juice. You know like Salt Bay? Gummy Bay, homeboy, okay? That was me sprinkling whatever.
Wow.
Welcome to Booze on the Rocks, and today we're going to make the mermaid water. Now, this is one of those party-style drinks that's got lots of flavor to it, and I don't know how balanced it's going to be. But I've looked at a bunch of recipes, and truthfully, this one looks about the best rounded one. However, it's not going to come up bright neon green like you'd see on some of those Instagram channels, and I say that just based on the ingredients that you see in front of you. Now, it's a shaken cocktail. It's very simple, and we are going to start this off with a little bit of spiced rum. I'm using a little bit of shipwreck rum here. I think most of the recipes I see call for a Captain Morgan spiced rum, which is a little bit lighter in color, so this will change some of that variation in color as well. So we're going to need 2 ounces or 60 milliliters.
Spiced rum.
The other thing that the difference between this and the Captain Morgan spiced rum will be a difference in flavor, because this one is much more vanilla forward versus a couple of the others. Now I am going to use some Malibu coconut. Again, this is a lower ABV compared to a number of coconut rums that are out there, but you don't need as much as this. You're going to use a total of 1 ounce or 30 mils.
All right.
Now we are going to move this off next to a little bit of lime juice. We don't need a lot of lime juice for this one, interestingly enough. We need about half an ounce or 15 mils. And this lime is basically the size of a lemon, so I've gotten lucky here. However, where's my squeezer? What is it? Yeah, half an ounce or 15 mils, and you're going to just want to squeeze that and pour that directly into the glass. Once you've done that, you're going to get rid of this, put this off to the side, and you're going to grab yourself some pineapple juice. Now, again, I'm using a pure pressed pineapple juice. However, we need a little bit more to balance everything out, and we're going to use 2 ounces or 60 mils.
Enough in there?
Now, this is very dark looking compared to what I would sort of be expecting for this style of cocktail. Now, we are going to finish this off with a little bit of blue curacao. I'm using some bowls here. And for this, we don't need a lot. We're going to use half an ounce or 15 mils. That is a nice looking glass of mud.
Yeah.
Having said that, we're going to shake this with some crushed ice. And we're going to shake this for a good, I would say, 5 seconds, maybe 8 at the most. But you want to make sure you get a reasonable amount of ice in here. And so what we'll do is we'll just get a good seal, flip it, shake it hard.
Shake.
And now we're gonna see how it turns out. You're gonna pop that off with the strength of, I have no idea how pretty this is gonna look. But again, we will get some foam. And I'm going to put this in, I don't think this is big enough. Throw some crushed ice in there. Actually, you know what? I'll fill this most of the way with crushed ice, and we'll go from there. Because every cocktail is an adventure.
Oh boy.
Ooh, that does look pretty. However,
made it.
This is where I say sometimes you have to think about the size of your glass, right? And as much as that is very, very pretty, what we're going to do is put this into a proper drinking glass, grab your pint glass and free pour it back in there. And holy cow, I still have a little bit left over.
Wow.
So what you're gonna get here is a little bit of foam that's gonna sort of percolate up. And you know what? That looks fantastic. So having said that, let me go for the pineapple mustache effect. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. That is good. I enjoy it. It's not as green as you think it might be, but again, it's all based on your ingredients. If you love cocktails that are really easy to drink, take a look after the recipe card right over here.
So we get mermaid water. There you go. Give me a 100 pink lemonade. All right. 2 more videos, and then we are done for the night, everybody. I mean, a little bit early for us. No, it's still 12, but we said it sometimes we're done by 12:30.
Continuous flow. Look at that. Everclear time.
Also, yes, more jungle juice. In the sink, of course. That's where you put your jungle juice, right?
Absolute time. Got 2 more absolutes. Tornado time.
Yes, about this.
There you go. Need some rum. Get a hand in there. Vodka, homeboy. Tequila, okay? Get a Terrace Howard? 99 orange, 99 grape. Apple, and some peach. Time to move on. Rum, tequila. Need 3 and 3.
Insane.
Hawaiian punch.
God.
Sun kiss.
It's full enough, Sky. Stop.
Follow it.
Alright.
Gin.
Yeah, just flood your sink. It's
The
fine.
Blue Saint Punch, homeboy. This is the original right here, okay?
God. Alright. Here we go. We got Bruce. After all this time, he's actually uploaded 2 videos. Oh, I just moved that. I didn't want to do that. Sorry about that shit. I did that.
You know, there's very little known about the history of the Yellow Bird cocktail. Some people think it was named after the Haitian song called Yellow Bird. You know, I remember it was my father's favorite song. He used to sit in his comfy lounge chair, tapping his foot to Harry Belafonte or the Mills Brothers singing that tune.
I gotta speed Bruce up a little bit. 'Cause even
Other
though this is 8
people
minutes, I just
think it was
want a little bit
named
speed.
for the bright yellow
25.
Galliano liqueur. It's hard to know when it was invented, but the best guess is that it was created sometime in the 1950s or the 60s, maybe even into the 70s when Galliano started to rise in popularity.
Maybe.
Who knows? What we do know is that the Yellow Bird is a tropical cocktail that is synonymous with summer vibes, cruise ships, beach getaways, and Caribbean vacations. Let's make one.
Make the Yellow Bird, Bruce. Screw the pressure, probably want a cocktail. Yellow Bird cocktail. Here we go. Oh, that's some graphics. Damn. Where'd you get that from?
Now, the
Bruce?
most standardized version of the Yellow Bird cocktail requires white rum. You could use Bacardi, of course you could. We've got this wonderful Blackstrap.
Yeah, I used that last
Blackstrap from Last Straw Distilleries that actually has a dark rum flavor to it, which is kind of cool.
Do it.
But most of you can't get that
Well, no.
where you're from. So I'm going to go with Bacardi. We're going to swap it up a bit, okay? We're going to go with 1 ounce of Bacardi.
1 ounce of Blackstrap.
And normally it would be like 1.5 ounces, right? But I thought I'd split the difference with some Appleton 12-year-old. Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Half an ounce. Whoa,
my God,
it's more than
you
a half an
spilled
ounce.
it.
I'm good
Oh,
with
well.
that. In our
Pour that
shaker
shit.
it goes, okay? The only issue with using an amber rum is it might change the color
Oh, yeah.
a little bit of your Yellow Bird, because you want it yellow, right? You want it yellow and bright. But I'm going for flavor as opposed to color. You'll still get the color, guaranteed. Next thing is Galliano. Now, we're going to use some Galliano
This is so
Lefentico.
fucking insane.
Galliano Lefentico. It's getting down, isn't it? Vim's got to go back to Spain, was it? Where she got this from?
Portugal, but it was shipped from Spain.
Yeah, can't get that in Canada. Anyway, we're going to go with a 1/2 ounce.
It's hard to find in the States, too. Look how
Here it
big
is.
that fucking bottle is.
Beauty. In our shaker. Next thing is triple sec. I'm using Cointreau
Cointreau.
today because it is a superior triple sec.
Yeah, a lot of
1/2
people
ounce.
like it.
In our shaker. Lime juice is next. Ooh,
Yep,
yeah,
squeeze that lime.
juice. Just get it rolling. Break up those fibers and get a 1/2 ounce of lime juice.
There you go. There it goes. Squeeze it in.
More than likely, it's going to take this whole lime.
That lime is dry as shit.
Yeah. Here we go again. Damn limes. Well, they were on sale, okay?
Yeah, I can see why.
There we go. I'm going to actually fine strain this right off the bat and clean up my mess and get it shaken. Let's add some ice.
Oh, that's all? Really? Now you're gonna basically just spread the ice on you.
Lots of ice. Never be afraid of ice. Pop a lid on and shake it. How we shaking, Aaron?
Like a yellow Tweety bird.
what was Tweety's?
Toddy ta putty tat.
Yeah, I taught a putty cat.
I did see a putty cat.
That's not it at all. Shake it good. Oh yeah, yeah.
And melt blank, please.
That's looking good too.
Just like
Gotta
it
get my
looks
glass out of the freezer. Yeah, look at that baby. I like that glass. Okay, we're going to fine strain it once again into this lovely frosted coupe. Oh yeah. Baby.
Nice.
Looking nice, looking nice. Looking good.
Not bad color.
And we're gonna just garnish with a little piece of lime and maybe a little Luxardo cherry
Sure.
pierced through.
Let's be fancy.
Why not? That looks lovely, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see what this thing tastes like.
This is the going retail here. I'm on what the price is in Canada.
Wow.
Who knows?
There's a real warmth on the
Limes
throat.
are regularly expensive here where I live.
With the
even
two types of
so
rum
I
we
don't-
use.
But I don't know what
I think
Canada prices for limes
the
are. Who
Appletons
knows?
that we used, the 12-year-old, really gives this another dimension. I get the Cointreau a little bit. You know, it brightens it up. I get the lime. The lime juice is balancing out that sweetness. The Galliano is there, but I'm not sure I'm picking up on it the way I should be. This is the rum, and I like rum. Anyway, this is a delightful. I think I would want to sip this either late afternoon or early evening. I like it.
There you go. There's the recipe.
Okay, yeah, we're happening. Get in the
Happening.
character.
No.
Oh, Bruce.
Hmm?
Get in the character of Bruce.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. This is not who I am.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, this. Yeah, of course it is.
No, it isn't. I'm a lot more sedated. Ooh, there's a line there. Weird.
Oh, there's a line.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Anytime?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. I know it's not the Yellow Bird theme song. It's a Charlie Parker song. Yeah, Bird, man.
Charlie Parker.
You got to give the Yellow Bird a chance. Enjoy it.
Jumbo
Make
Bird
it.
and Flamingo.
Hit the subscribe button. Check these other bird cocktails out. Charlie Parker. Yeah, I love Charlie Parker.
What?
Wow. Anyway, with that, we come to the end of Case of the Monday. I'd like to thank everyone who stopped by and everyone who's still here. Always appreciate you guys. I'm going to do a little shilling, then we fully done. Don't forget the movie caption contest, movie picture, movie hangman going on in the Heretic Discord under the arcade station, so be sure to play those when you're not busy in the arena doing all your epic RPG arena things or playing the bulk area. Tomorrow on Heretic Network at 9 p.m. will be another Dark Room, so be sure to tune in for that. Wednesday will be Wednesday, my dude, so expect an eerie hour. It's going to be kind of a different stuff, theme layout for eerie hours because I want to do a long form video for it. Get back into the Midwest Angelica, so we'll be watching that tomorrow. Thursday will be Porky's Day, so we'll be doing something in the Discord around like 8:30 to 9. And Friday, we will see what comes of Friday because it's going to either, well, it's probably, I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's going to be really fun. Just keep an eye out for near 9. Regardless. Anyway, with that all being said, y'all have a good one. I will see you guys later.